day that passes without you on my mind. Not even 1 minute can end up before you come around. I yearn for the days when I see your face here before me. I long for the times you held me in your arms. Whoa. How I wish that you were here to give me everything I want. But I know that life's unfair and we can't always have it all. Whoa, whoa, I wish that you were here. Whoa, whoa, I wish that you were here. I wish that you were. 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 There's not a single day that passes, not even 1 minute can end up. I yearn for the days when I see your face here before me. I long for the times you held me in your arms. Whoa. How I wish that you were here to give me everything I want. But I know that life's unfair and we can't always have it all. Whoa, whoa, I wish that you were here. Whoa, whoa, I wish that you were here. I wish that you were. 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 When you were all alone, yeah. I'll be there for you when you were all alone, yeah. I'll be there for you when you were all alone, yeah. I'll be there for you when you were all alone, I'll be there for you when you were all alone. Yeah, I'll be there for you. I'll be there for you when you were all alone. Yeah, I'll be there for you when you were all alone. Yeah, I'll be there for you when you were all alone. Yeah, I'll be there for you when you were all alone. Yeah, I'll be there for you when I'll be there for you when
Good morning, everybody. How is everyone's day so far? Let's see. Oh God, who's done what? Ray, 17 months. Holy crap. How are you doing, Ray? We're gonna do this because I know that I have absolutely forgotten to do this. We're not ending soon. I just don't have an intermission screen yet. Why isn't that showing? There it is. Hello, Sunny. Hello, Ham Ham. All right, but yes, let's go down here. Roleplay. Let's undeafen.
Hello.
Oh,
Hello?
Hello?
Hi.
Cool. Good job, guys. I'll see you next time, yeah?
Okay, bye.
Hello.
Okay,
Hello?
bye.
Hello.
Hi.
Okay.
So, great session, guys. Same time in 2
Too
weeks.
many sounds
Yep.
going on here.
Absolutely.
Well, actually, that might be changing a little bit because of Banana's schedule. So we'll see. We'll get back to you on the 2 weeks part.
Oh, okay. That's fair.
Next week we have another D&D.
But yes, hello everybody. How's everyone's days so far? We've got a lot of people in chat also asking how everyone's day is. I'm doing well. I'm tired, but that's what I get for having a late night and an early morning.
Yep.
I'll do it.
Yep.
My windows are the wrong way around.
What?
It's the anniversary of chaos.
I live a single monitored life, okay? So,
Oh, I
My
thought you
windows
meant.
I thought you meant the like windows of your house. So I was like, excuse me.
Excuse?
what?
That's why we were confused.
It's like Bryce, a regular window.
It's okay, Bubble. We love you.
No, my monitor windows.
Okay, so welcome on everyone. So for those who don't know, technically this is the celebration, but about 2 weeks ago was supposed to be our 1 year anniversary. Emerilla Murders started off as White Lily Murders a year ago on my birthday, where I interviewed this lovely cast of people, minus Jovel at the time, but that's okay, to participate in a homebrew one-off that I put on ages ago for my IRL friends. And afterwards, they were so awesome and fantastic and willing to let this be a proper campaign. 1 second, I'm just going to put on some music.
As well as
I've
one
lost
of our
my
friends
Twitch
who is
chat box.
currently on hiatus.
Yes.
The great Ficus.
There was two other people. There was Ficus and
Samuelism.
yeah. Losing so many friends.
Yeah, Sam unfortunately
also
couldn't
losing
commit to a campaign, so that's when he had to
Yeah.
peace.
Such a
Do
sad
some
time.
It's been a long
Sure, we'll do this.
To play D&D.
But yes, as this is our 1 year anniversary, we do actually have an Ask Me Anything currently available. So some people have submitted some questions, which we will be getting to today. And also, in case anybody wanted to submit any other questions while we are answering some of the ones that we already have submitted, here is the link. All right, so first and foremost, let's see about getting some of these questions here. Let's start off with a question for the group. How did you truly expect this campaign to go when it started?
Not
It's a
demons.
one shot.
Not the
Yeah.
demons.
Yeah, no.
I'm scared of mirrors now. Phobia.
It's true.
Yeah, it's been a wild ride, hasn't it? Actually.
Yeah.
Honestly, I suppose I'll go first because having no real D&D experience at all, I had no idea how it was going to go at all. Didn't know what to expect. But I don't think I expected this, but I didn't really know what I was expecting either.
In a good way or a bad way? Like you didn't expect this in a good way or?
I didn't expect to have as much fun as I've had.
Aww.
So there's that. But I like the destination we've ended up with how the story's gone. So I can't say fairer than that.
Alright. Who else wants to throw their hat in the ring for this one?
I'll go last.
Yeah.
You don't have to go at all if you don't want to, I
Yeah,
suppose.
yeah,
Yeah,
no,
you don't have to go at
that's-
all.
It's true, yeah. No, it as somebody who's played D&D a lot in the past, I honestly didn't think that we would make it to the level that we did, because I've had a lot of campaigns that just kind of pittered off at about level 10-ish. So to be at the level that we're currently at,
You guys are level 8 now?
yeah,
Okay.
like but we still feel like I still feel like we're not done yet. Like there's still things that we need to accomplish. So I'm like, okay, we might actually make it to at least maybe level 12. I'm hoping. Yes. Sorry, I got a cat in my lap.
That's okay.
But yeah, so but it's been fun. It's been great. I would absolutely play with anybody on this panel again. Hands down.
That's so nice.
I'm still trying to figure out music, guys. Sorry.
Do you have like a ticking clock because it's question time?
Jeopardy
No?
music.
Oh.
And I've never seen Jeopardy. I don't think we get that here.
What?
Oh my
You don't
God.
get Jeopardy?
Or maybe we do get it here. I don't know. I don't watch
Bubble.
much TV.
We get countdown.
Oh, okay. Right, yeah, we get countdown.
Anyone else want to throw in
Always
on this
bad.
question, or shall I ask the next one?
Most of the campaigns that I've played in my D&D career have been like murder hobo type campaigns. So this one's a very different setup, and I like it. And I miss you guys when we don't have D&D.
Aw.
Me too, man.
I'm sorry I had to cancel last session.
No,
It'll be fun.
the cancellation of last session was absolutely like I was so happy. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to miss this session, or last session, and because I was moving, and then you canceled it, and I was like, oh thank God I don't have to miss a session. I'm sad that I have to wait longer, but thank God I don't have to miss another session.
Yeah, you'd have had to wait even longer if you had
Mhm.
missed it, because it'd have been 2 weeks and not 1 week extra.
Yeah.
Now, Karinga wanted to go last, so if no one else wants to go before Karinga, I think I'll toss my hat into the ring for this one as well.
I've got just a little bit to say, if you
Oh,
don't
yeah,
mind.
go for it.
Sweet. Coming in halfway through, it was kind of weird, kind of going into a pre-established world where basically there were new rules and new things in place. And it was completely different from how I typically play D&D, but I don't think that the change of pace or the change of anything drastic has really impacted this kind of experience. I can compare this D&D game honestly to the first time I played D&D, which was a really invigorating, really fun experience. And I hope we can continue to have more wonderful times and make great memories along the way.
Aww. Alright, so I have run this campaign in particular for other people before. I've run it for my IRL friends, so I had a lot of the basic structure of a lot of the mysteries set up before going into this campaign. So actually starting this, you guys were all going through a backlog of mysteries that I had already prepared like 6-7 years ago, right? And just seeing how you guys approach this campaign differently compared to how they approached it, and seeing your guys' antics, and then me having to come up with new information that I didn't catalog previously, and so on and so forth. It's definitely been an interesting trip. 100%. First and foremost, the other campaign didn't go to DevCast.
So why did we go to DevCast?
Because you guys wanted to follow the thread.
Oh. Well, I mean, I tried not going, but apparently that wasn't an option.
Nope, you were overruled.
Nope. Overruled.
Yeah, they were like, alright, well, we got the people back and we beat up the mirror people. That's all we needed, right? And then just, like, moved on with their days.
I mean, that is kind of all we needed, but...
Alright, and Karinga wanted to go last?
Yeah. So honestly, I have a very minimal minimal experience with D&D, and the sessions that I were a part of always ended like either one session or 4 sessions after, and it kind of like bummed me out a bit on the D&D experience. So, especially joining in there in this campaign with all these amazing people and great DM, and actually having, fun and continuing on a story and actually sticking to a story and, building the world as our decisions make it is a really great experience. And it's probably the best time I've had in a long time, especially even just hanging out with a whole bunch of great, amazing people. My only gripe is we have to wait every 2 weeks.
I will say one final thing. My favorite episode, still by far, has to be the Halloween episode where we all dressed up.
Ah,
Aw.
yes. I
That
like
was
the Sarah Rogan Josh one.
that was so much fun.
I very much like coordinating, like dressing up and whatnot. And if this campaign is still going by next Halloween, then maybe we should do like a themed outfit or something.
Probably.
Now, I'm not trying to be pessimistic, like this campaign's ending soon. I'm just like, things are being set in motion, and your guys' decisions will determine when this campaign ends.
The world.
But yes, let's move on to the next question. This is another one for the group. Where do you see your characters after this campaign ends? I guess currently, because you guys don't know what the swan song is for this campaign yet. But presently, where do you guys see your characters, say, in like 2 or 5 years?
Actual time or game time?
Actual
Because
time.
that's very different.
Actual time. Like sorry, I guess our game time. Game time. Yeah. Game time.
Whenever the adventuring is done.
When the
I
Avengers
guess
are
I could
done.
say aventuring.
Avenging the adventure.
Yeah.
Like, I understand that some folks are keeping some backstory stuff close to their chest, so feel free to opt out of this question. But, like, do you guys have something you want your or do your characters have something that they want to achieve within the next few years, I guess? Would they still be with
One
the
word.
guard? Oh? One word?
One word. Retired.
Sonar is an old Dragonborn, and Dragonborns don't
yeah.
have a super long lifespan, so yeah, I understand.
Honestly, I see Monica at the end of this going back to the Scarlet Gorge and hopefully taking it over to reform it to help the city out more, as well as potentially do more than her now known father did. Instead of, since she is no longer a smuggler by trade anymore, probably to, give back to those, especially her colleagues, to what she has been now given with this new lease on life.
Mm-hmm.
Though she was reluctant to do this at first, she is starting to grow more fond of everybody.
Mm-hmm. It would be interesting to see her take over the Scarlet Scourge once more, a smuggling group, and try to use it for the betterment of the city. I could definitely think of a few ways that could be done, like getting aid into those, like, into Lowtown and things like that to help people.
Yeah. Maybe even talking to Commander Bull about potentially doing it if such a thing happens.
That would be interesting.
Like almost a shadow broker for the guard.
So as somebody with 2 characters, I actually thought about Guki the other day and what he was doing currently, just cause it's one of the things that you always have, if there's ever a storyline that you want a character to go down, you always got to be like, oh yeah, that would be cool, and then just kind of write it off, So for Guki, it was he started a orphanage for wayward children.
Aw.
And then for Walter, I actually had this in mind too, but he's going to continue traveling and hunting creatures, uh, and preferably, this doesn't have to be a set thing, but preferably he was going to rope in Ty, as kind of like a come see the world type deal with me, because you've always been, from what I've seen, you've always been so straight laced and locked up. So that was something that Walter would be doing.
I mean, I think probably I would, in, I guess, 5 years, 'cause 5 years game time isn't that long for an elf, I suppose, so I'd assume, but don't know, that he would still be doing what he feels is right for the city.
Still with
I
the
would
guard?
guess. Yeah,
Still
well,
unmarried?
still unmarried.
Being hounded by your mother to go get like
Yep.
married?
Go get married.
Just saying,
Yeah.
Walter's got some aunts that are around your age. So.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
Also, I don't know if I get in trouble for this, but I am taking pain medicine just so people know.
You're not
I
like
am in a lot
popping
of pain.
pills casually.
Yeah.
Doing drugs.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, she did not like that.
You were saying,
I'm
Bubble?
sorry.
Yeah. I think that's what he would still be doing if he has no reason to feel anything else is right, or feel like he should be doing something else.
Okay. Baz? Or Banans?
If Baz hasn't managed to get themselves killed by that point, probably still working with the guard.
Fair, fair.
I mean, I'd like to cling to life as well if it's possible,
Uh-huh.
but it has been close sometimes.
Did anyone else have anything that they wanted to add to that question?
I mean, the only other thing I can think of is probably helping out the orphanages.
Yeah, I guess. Let's see. Let's do some individual questions for now. Let's see who's got what going on. Let's start off with Bubble. Whose antics do you prefer, Gookie or Walter's?
Yes.
Okay. From my perspective, or from the character I'm trying to be.
Yeah, answer both. Answer both. Does Ty prefer Gookie or Walter? / do you prefer Gookie or Walter?
I mean, Gookie was lovable and funny. So I'm gonna say just as me, I spent more time with Llama as Gookie, so I think I prefer him just because we got to know the Goblin a little more than we know Walter already. But as Terendal, definitely Walter, because where Gookie was a great Goblin and all, Walter is just a little more level-headed, which I feel would suit Ty's nature better.
Okay. I'm just asking these questions at random. Jevil, do you think Sinar's past might cause a split between the characters? You don't have to delve too much into your past, because again, I know you're keeping it close to your chest. But if and when it comes up, how do you think your party will react to it?
You're muted if you don't realize, Jevil.
Snar has died.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Gone.
Jevil?
We can come back. We can come back.
Yeah, we'll ask somebody
We'll-
else a question.
We'll cycle back.
Bananas, will you always love Fenra?
I would die for that child. But I think Baz would die for most of their children. So.
Fair, fair.
But Fenrir has actually died at this point, so Baz is like, my baby.
Also true.
to include the baby dragon. Is that one of
Yeah.
your children now?
Yeah, it's now
Yeah.
my child. I've adopted the baby dragon. Joke's on you, it's not your baby dragon anymore.
Not your familiar, our familiar.
I
Yeah.
see Jevel's icon moving. Are you back, Jevel?
I am back. I'm so sorry about that.
That's okay. We can go
Welcome
back
back.
to your question then. Do you believe your backstory, Sonara's backstory, would cause a rift in the party if it ever came up?
If it ever came up, well, it depends on what aspect of that backstory. I definitely think if like there are going to be certain things that are going to cause a divide, I feel as though between at least one of the other characters, at
Mhm.
least.
At least.
Man, I asked
Yeah.
a good question there.
Is that your question?
Yeah, I know which ones are exactly are mine.
Well, yeah, you wrote them. I hope so.
Exactly.
Is there anything else you wanted to add there, Jevel?
No, there's not really much else I can say without giving it all
Without giving
away.
it away. That's fair, that's fair. Llama, do you think Googie will potentially make a surprise show as the story progresses?
I'd like him to. One of the things that I've kind of tossed in my head is that like, if the party ever went to the town that he was in or the city that he was in, that he would continue like his antics, especially if he saw Ty or Monica or Baz on the street. Sonar not so much because he doesn't really know Sonar. But the other three, he would definitely like pull like put a kick me sign on their back or something, and then just like disappear into the shadows, and just try to do the things unseen, or even be seen, but just enough that they're like, is he? No, we don't know where he went. Where did he go? But with him also being in with a mafia member, it's not a mafia member. We don't know that for sure.
We don't call him a mafia member.
Yeah. No.
Upstanding member of
No.
society.
Totally
Yeah.
not a mob boss.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely possible that he could come back to Emerilla. I'd have to warm up my vocal cords with some AC/DC, but
All right. Ty had one more question there. What are some things that you like and dislike about your character?
Interesting. Let me just scroll through the sheet, see if there's anything on here that I specifically remember that I wish was different. I suppose I wish I hadn't spread the proficiencies so much through the skills, because from an outside point of view, that's now I know how the game works. Not the most logical thing to do, but I did it because he's got an experienced background, so I wanted him to be at least somewhat decent at as many things as possible. But realizing now that having a plus bigger number would make more sense for, I guess, the game and getting the good rolls. So I wish maybe I'd have spread it out a little differently, but it's okay. It's not something that I specifically want to change because that's just how the character is now. But don't know. I mean, like I like being the character obviously because I'm still here as this character.
True. You haven't swapped your character out yet.
No, I haven't swung my character out, and I'm not dead. Because I could have. Like, I guess I could have been killed in the mirror dimension if I didn't actually want to be the character. Like I could have had him die. So that's not the case. I definitely enjoy being the character because I do feel like when I get stabbed or something, it is a little bit of a personal attack on me, and revenge will be taken. But
Honestly, Ty was in real danger. If I remember correctly, in real danger of dying in the mirror dimension if Baz didn't like use their body to shield them.
Baz was not gonna let Ty die. That's not happening.
I would have been
Yeah.
killed. Yes. Well, I
my
don't
God.
think I would have been. I don't think I would
you
have
would
been
have dropped
killed.
to 0, and then you would have started death saving throws.
Yes, I'd have definitely been unconscious then.
There was also another situation with the so-called drow using cloud kill.
Yep. But they didn't see that. Only
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
and
it's not,
Jeff.
it's
Only
not
me
canon.
and only me
It's
and
not
Jevil.
canon.
No, it's,
Yeah,
Oh yeah. Oh, it's canon.
technically it is canon, but that was
Yeah,
so
yeah,
when
'cause
when I was doing interviews to bring on an additional member when Jevil joined us, I was in a situation where I wasn't with the applications for like when this was supposed to be a one-off. I had 3 people who really appealed to me, and I was like, shit. What am I supposed to do? It was so easy to make decisions when I was getting 6 players for a one-off, but now I've got 3 people who I want for one position. So eventually what I did is I messaged everyone and I was like, do you guys mind like helping me put these potential new players through like trial runs? Like, would you guys be down to do like 3 hours off stream and just like do a mystery with these guys to see how they jive with people and things like that? And so we did it. And in Jevil's one, they were chasing down a drow, and the drow did not want to be followed, and she did a spell called Cloud Kill, which I got nearly max damage on, and I nearly killed Tyrandel. It was
And
not a
Jevil.
good scene.
Yeah, you almost killed both of them, and I'm just sitting there with nearly full health, like I'm having a good time.
Yeah,
Yep.
this is why I do a lot of my rolls off screen, because if I feel like it's way too much, I can make it a little shorter, you know what I mean? I can make it a little smaller. I can look at a nat 20 when my character or my player is almost dead and be like, "Oh yeah, no, that didn't hit." You know,
See-
shit like that.
See, the best part is I would have been the best one in the cloud kill because I have the necklace of
Of
adaptation. So
adaptation. Oh my god, yes.
yes.
I mean, I'm not gonna run
Wait.
into it. I didn't have enough running speed.
Oh, yeah. Interesting. I see.
Interesting how that
I
is.
I see. Right.
Listen,
Yes.
as a smuggler, you got to be prepared for everything. Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure. Including death.
Yeah.
So there is a question for me here. Would you ever think of showing some of the ropes of a DM lifestyle? I'll be honest. I don't consider myself a phenomenal DM. I don't consider myself a fantastic DM. I'm definitely more of a player. But my goals as a DM is to ensure that everybody is having a good time and that everybody feels safe at this table. I've definitely been part and parcel to a few campaigns in more recent times where the DMs did not prioritize player safety or things like that. And
Emotional damage.
yes, proper emotional and psychological care was not taken into account in those games. And I just basically, I'm learning from those experiences, and I want to ensure that my players are not only happy, but they feel safe, and they enjoy coming back to this table, and that going back to this table week or every 2 weeks is not a chore. I want to make sure that they all feel special and that they are all having a good time. But the biggest thing I can do, suggest as a DM, be ready to improv. You can have an entire mission set up word for word to the letter, a whole fucking itinerary, and your players will not follow it. They will
Not a
not
single
follow
thing
it.
will be touched.
As I
Are those,
the example I
or
gave earlier, I
they'll
wasn't.
summon goats or something.
Yeah, the example I gave earlier, I wasn't expecting them to go to DevCast. I had the bare bones skeleton of DevCast, and they were like, "Yeah, let's go to DevCast," and I was like, "Shit, I gotta quickly flesh this bitch out." So, just be ready to improv. You can when I did this as an in-person campaign with my friends, During the Pixie Dust murders, the very second mystery that you guys took on, where you found the 3 bodies like laced together in rebar, and found a very clear exit to the sewers carved into a wall. My original players, looked at that and they were like, but what if they escaped on the roof? Excuse me?
I mean, you never know sometimes.
I think we'd already been on the roof though, hadn't we?
Yes, you guys
Yeah, at that
did
point-
end up going to the roof, but that was before you guys actually had properly gone into the house. But like my players like did a thorough investigation of the house, and they were like, but what of the roof? So like players can look at very clear hints or hints that you think are clear and not get it. Just be prepared to be patient, improv, and go with the flow.
Yeah, the game makes you feel like such an idiot though, because everything you're just like, it must be something. This must be something, and this must be something as well. And it's
The
like, nope,
chair
that's a rock,
from
that's a
Critical
kettle,
Role.
that's some other thing over there.
Yeah, like the
Like,
fucking
makes you feel
chair
like
That's just
from
a mimic.
Critical Role
Nope,
campaign
that's-
too.
Oh yeah, the chair. It's just like, I'll go and injure the table.
I had to stop guessing at what the main villain was, because I was like, oh, it's this. I know it's this, and then I got it right. I think like the first 2 times, and I was like, yes, this is the thing now. I, as the player, have to keep doing this, and then I got it wrong. And, well,
I'm keeping
Yeah.
you on your toes.
she's smarter than I am, so.
The
Ah,
trick
yeah.
is I homebrew a lot. All right, and then we have one final question, and this is for all of you. Do you think you would ever branch off when the campaign ends and potentially start your own? Would you ever find yourselves in the DM seat?
I think I'd like to be.
Yeah, I'll go last on this one.
Funny story about this. I've actually tried to DM a couple campaigns once before.
Oh.
Didn't go so well,
Oh.
but you know,
Me too.
Oh.
It definitely would be a learning experience.
Yeah, I would say that.
will say. That's okay. I'm just gonna say one thing after having played with, having been a first-time DM, trying to create like a dungeon. Don't use door mechanics.
What?
They are stupid. They don't make sense.
No, absolutely use door mechanics.
No, don't use door mechanics, because it'll be some really weird stuff. So what will happen is they will your players will pound and kick and punch and burn and cast spells at the door in an effort to do something. None of it will do anything, and then they'll pull the door open, and they'll realize it's a pull door and not a push one.
Yeah, I was in a campaign ages ago before I was streaming, where there was a door that was covered in a slime residue, and very clearly the DM wanted us to pass through and take a little bit of damage. This was a resource waster, right? But the barbarian in our group decided that no, he did not want to take that damage. He would rather take the hours to, with his magic axe, carve through the stone wall around the door to get to the other side.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
I mean,
Hey,
sure.
that's a barbarian's way of thinking, though. No.
My fighter walked through and took 3 damage. He sacrificed
Yeah.
hours in game because he didn't want to take 3 damage.
At least you weren't in a rush.
Imagine if you were in a rush.
If
From
you were
behind.
in a rush, you'd have just dragged him through, I think.
He was stronger than me.
He was a strong boy.
I was rewarded with a pet gelatinous ooze though, so
Ugh.
Ah.
it was a little itty bitty cube, and I apparently smelled like its mom, so it thought I was his mom.
Turn the noises activate.
Okay. Alright. Okay.
So Llama, you said that you wanted to go last for that one.
Yeah, so I've been a DM a couple times, and it's never I never had a campaign that stuck. I've had really great ideas where like I did one where uh uh, like it was more of a dungeon, right, with set locations that you could kind of go to whenever you felt like, and the bosses would kind of scale with the players. um and each boss was based off an element, with one boss being magic, like just plain and simple magic, and how you dealt with the boss changed the world. So like if you destroyed the earth elemental, for example, any earth based magic, so earthquake, entangle, freaking whatever it is, would suddenly have an increased chance of not hitting, not working, just not even doing what it needed to do. And they made it to the first boss, and I gave them kind of an out because that boss liked halflings, and one of the characters was a halfling, so he said, "You will marry my daughter, and in doing that, we will be friends." And that was kind of my out to not have to kill him. And they said, "Nope, we're not getting married. We're just gonna kill everybody, and we're no longer gonna play the game ever again." Um, I would love to DM a session and actually, do that, and 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 have fun, and bring other people in, but I've never had a session that lasts longer than, well, other than this one, that lasts longer than 1 or 2 sessions.
Ooh.
Well, this one and the one with Rocco, but Rocco is a very special exception.
All right. Was there anyone else you wanted to add on to this one? We presently have 2 questions left.
I'll add my thoughts, I suppose.
Yeah.
Is that obviously, well, I suppose maybe it's not obvious. Sitting here being a player, I don't think you realize, or I know I certainly don't realize how much work you have to use to be a DM. Because I sit here and I make a choice of whatever. Like, I want to scale some building, or I climb not a radio tower, but a lookout tower. And immediately you have to decide what I can see over the next 4 mile expanse or something
Yeah.
as I'm climbing a tower. And I suppose, yeah, you have the buffer of saying, "Oh, roll me an athletics check," and then I roll it, and maybe I don't do well on it, and it takes me longer to climb the ladder than usual. And in this conversation that we're having, you can use it to try and maybe think of some sites that I might be able to see based on the direction I'm looking in. But I suspect it's a lot more work than people that haven't done it realize, probably.
Yeah. It's as I was saying earlier, it's a lot of improv and being able to go with the flow.
And it also helps when you have like people from different backgrounds, because and this is an example that I know that I've helped, maybe not helped with, but I gave some insight for. um but like, there are certain things that I've seen and I've witnessed that, you know don't not everybody's seen or witnessed. So I remember Oko coming to me one time and was like, "Hey, there's this thing. It might be particularly gruesome." And I was like, "Well, I've seen this stuff, and I've smelled this, and I've done this. So if you have any need for that information, feel free to use it, because it's not going to bother me none." But that's always something that, as a DM, you can also kind of look to your players a little bit to kind of get like because I mean, it is a story, and you're like, we're all building the story together. So I feel like if a player has the ability to kind of add to the environment, um, then it makes it just a little bit more their story than just, the DM's story that we're all just kind of going through and just kind of pawns in the grand scheme of things.
All right. I do have a question for, again, you guys. Are there any moments you can remember in this campaign that you regret not being more involved in, either due to potential world building for your character reasons? Either due to potential world building or for character reasons. There we go.
Okay. Well, not for either of those specific reasons, but I wish I'd taken more part in the early episode stages, because due to I don't know, call it lack of confidence or whatever, not knowing the game, not knowing how to interact, or I mean, I still don't really know how to play a character that well, but not knowing what to say or how to voice it across led me to just kind of be like, well, everyone else has got this situation. I don't need to say anything. Which I guess sometimes isn't a bad thing, because if you're not gonna add to a situation, then it's probably better to not say anything. If like what you're gonna say is gonna not help with what's going on, then I suppose it would be better to not say anything at all. But I do wish maybe I'd taken more part in the earlier episodes. Would be mine.
Yeah, I know that you keep, not keep, but like earlier on you used to ask, like, you know, how do I get into roleplay more? How do I play my character better? So on and so forth. And like every time you ask this question, I think overwhelmingly we come back with like, you're doing a fantastic job already. What do you mean? What do you mean better? What do you mean more? And like I've definitely noticed you get more and more confident as Tyrandel as the episodes have gone on.
Yeah, no one's ever said I've done a bad job, but then of course you sit there and you think, are they just saying that? Is that something? Are they just saying that to be nice?
Considering this is your first campaign, I think you're doing very well, and you're playing your character very, very well.
Oh, well, thank you. I mean, watching Critical Role helped with understanding how. I don't really know understanding what, just understanding how to be a different person? Question mark.
Helping with the ebb and flow of roleplay and continuing on a story and contributing to this collaborative storytelling experience and not just participating in the DM's tale, I guess.
But that would be it for me.
Does anyone else have any moments that they can think of that they regretted not being a part of?
I mean, probably just at the beginning, doing more, info gathering. But at the time, the way I was playing my character, it was, I still wasn't trusting of anybody, really. But I feel like I could have somewhat did something.
The only thing I regret is not being there from the beginning.
Aww.
Yeah.
I would say not being able to be there for all of the other players' interviews, like Sonar and all the other ones, because I think I missed Sonar's, and I would have loved to have been there and to have a character have more emotional depth with his character, because now, like with Walter, he's kind of having to regain some of that emotional depth or kind of like learn the ropes when it comes to the party dynamic, which is fine because that's kind of how a character is, but that would probably be mine.
Yeah, it's because you're essentially starting from ground zero again this late in the game, where these people have already, like Monica, Tyrandel, and Baz are already very close knit with each other. Sonar is getting into the fold now, but now you're like new to all this.
Yeah.
You're like me at the beginning, a fresh face.
The only other thing that I could think of would be Guki spending more time with Monica, because it was kind of an unofficial thing where Guki was kind of Monika's mentor. And I feel like just as the character, and I honestly should have brought this up and should have made this more of a plot point, but being more of that, having Guki be more of that mentor character instead of focusing on like himself and his like overarching like goal, I felt like would have fleshed him out a little bit more and made it even more tragic when I rip him away from everybody. Just tear everybody's hearts out.
Do you have a moment, Baz or Bananas, that you wish you were a little more involved in?
I think like everyone, like the more early moments, like we were all just trying to get used to interacting with each other and our characters and getting used to being our characters, I guess.
Yeah, that's definitely like the hard part of like starting a fresh campaign where you guys are all supposed to know each other and maybe have been colleagues or friends for years at this point, sort of situation, and then starting you guys all fresh campaign day one sort of situation. Yeah, that is the tricky part. One thing I will add to this is I really wish I was able to do the Fenra death reveal when Bananas was here, because unfortunately I think the way scheduling lined up, Bananas wasn't able to be here. And I think that definitely would have impacted Baz a lot more than it impacted everybody else. I mean, definitely it impacted you all, but I think
Oh yeah.
Baz would have been a very key moment in Baz's character development.
I mean, technically it was because, you know, when we actually started involving the sewer system and all those wisdom rolls of the darkness and stuff, whereas Baz nearly went insane.
Yes. But I feel like having been there would have been a little more impactful to Baz.
Yeah, rolled disadvantage on the wisdom saves.
All right. That is essentially all of the game-related questions we have. So I think at this point, as we are nearly an hour into stream, let's maybe get underway with the game.
Let's go.
All right. So, our recap. After a night of arcane questions and experimentation in Monica's newly revealed magic mansion, the group started their new day in DevCast. Monica asked Tricky Dark Path, the tabaxi owner of the tavern they stayed at, and an old friend of her father's, to look into the details surrounding Alexander Skarsgård and the state of his old shopfront. The group traveled to the inner ring to gain entrance to the palace, where they met the beguiling sovereign Kadihir, and though she presented as an abnormally tall human, Tyrandell's ranger senses revealed that she was in fact an ancient gold dragon in disguise. Keeping that information to himself for now, the group was urged by the Sovereign to aid the members of the DevCast law enforcement to follow up with the leads they had in their missing persons case. At the DLE, they were teamed up with Captain Ross, a half-elven marksman sporting 2 metal limbs and 3 firearms, and his partner, Captain Viv, a short and mousy inventor flanked by her large metal construct affectionately named Frankie. They soon left to go investigate the late Alexander Skarsgård's storefront, hoping to find clues to who purchased it. Tyrandell excused himself to stand outside and noticed eyes lingering on the group in the crowd. And that's kind of where we ended that session. So basically, you guys concluded that a lot of the personal effects have been taken from the storefront at this point. You guys also weren't able to find any ledgers or any shipping manifestos or anything like that. This was basically an empty storefront, and initial investigations hinted to more recent activity, places on the floor where dust was lighter. You guys also found an actual Alexander Skarsgård mirror, and not a knockoff like the other ones have been that you guys found that were taking people into the mirror dimension.
And a mask of basically what I'm currently wearing as the necklace of adaptation.
Yes, you guys also found a respirator that is essentially a refluffed necklace of adaptation.
Oh yeah, that was the best thing ever.
And it did go into Monica's bag of holding.
Yep.
I also forgot to reinstate the D&D the D&D stuff.
Yeah, I just realized that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I put it in because I might need to pay for advantage to save my life or something. And get my arms ripped off by a frickin' golem.
I assume at this point we're back at the tavern, though.
No, you guys left.
Oh.
We ended the session with you guys still in the shop front, and Tyrandell's still
Oh,
standing
yeah.
outside.
Occasionally keeps looking up.
All right, I'm gonna refund.
Already did.
Oh, thank you.
I didn't know if they were still in, so I was like, fund it, but I don't know if they're still here, so I don't know if it worked.
And there we go. All right. Yeah, Ross and Viv are still kind of like looking around. Vivian has summoned 3 marbles that she circles around her that are acting as dancing lights. You guys notice that Vivian, though she seems to have arcane capabilities, normally when you guys see dancing lights manifest, it's just 3 arcane orbs of light. But it seems that she relies a little bit more on items to produce these magical effects.
Okay.
Vivian, what are those orbs supposed to be? Because I don't know really much about that kind of arcane stuff.
Oh, these? Oh, they shed a little light. Being human myself, I don't really have the gracious eyesight that a lot of other races have. I can't really see that well in the dark. Ugh.
Yeah.
I can't hit Viv's like higher notes. I'm still recovering from
Yeah.
COVID.
Yeah.
Ugh.
It definitely helps being able to see better in the dark.
Did you guys find anything back there?
I pulled the respirator out. Like, we found this I wouldn't say magical, or is it magical?
It is technically, yes, it's a magic item.
We found this respirator that apparently helps against like gases and stuff. Basically cleans the air around you.
Yeah, just allows you to breathe a little easier when you're working with, I guess, things that would want to stick and cling to your lungs. Makes sense for a woodworker.
But other than that, there's not really much other than an actual bona fide piece of Skarsgård's work in here. Not one of the fake mirrors.
Fake mirrors.
Yeah, the ones that lead into a weird dimension.
Oh yeah, so Ross didn't really tell me why we're here. So we're here following up a missing persons case, because that's the case Ross and I were working on.
Yeah. On a larger scale, so to speak.
Alright, so you have a mirror here that's a genuine Alexander Skarsgård.
Yeah, not
and
one of the portals.
portals. Okay, I think I'm starting to piece together some things here. Alright, so you guys were working with you guys are looking for a bunch of copycats.
Yeah.
Well, how would they have been able to ship what people believed a genuine Alexander Skarsgård throughout not only Devcast, but the rest of Belmast? Is it possible have you guys found any labels, any shipping manifestos or anything like that?
I don't remember, did we?
No.
I don't think my investigation went that high.
It's pretty bare bones
We
here.
did.
Yeah.
We did not find any shipping manifestations, or manifests, or any labels or anything like that. Everything's suspiciously clean, as it were.
Is it entirely possible that whomever is making these copycats has those things?
Possible.
Highly likely.
Or at least has the ability to get them.
Also
to them.
true.
And has a relative well of arcane knowledge.
Sorry, I'm gonna switch to something a little more creaky because you guys are in an old shop.
I'm gonna go over to Ross if that's okay with everyone.
Yeah, go for it. Ross,
I'm just gonna
sorry.
walk up.
Yeah, Ross is just kind of behind the counter right now, just like pulling out drawers and things like that, and finding suspiciously empty drawers. Just every now and again, you'll see a small screwdriver or a small woodcarver's tool, but mostly dust and like crumpled up small pieces of paper with like probably a small design on them or things like that.
Okay. I'm gonna walk over to Ross. How much do you know about shimming manifests and the labels and receipts and things like that?
Well, I know that if you want to ship something with the hub down in the quarry district, you need an actual shipping manifest.
Right. And is there multiple copies of those made typically, or is there only one?
Well, a certified business can order more in as they need. You order them in through the shipping department.
Through the shipping department, and the shipping department would have obviously a record of those orders, would they?
They might. Or at least they should, if all of this was done above board.
If it was done above board. The fact that this place is suspiciously empty doesn't bring me much hope, but it's certainly possible that whoever is making these copycats is has access to these manifestations, or could possibly be have placed an order for these manifests.
It's entirely possible. If they were able to get something from here to prove that they were affiliated with Alexander Skarsgård or with the Reflections shop. He was a great artisan, and I imagine he probably had a stockpile of older mirrors that possibly after his death skyrocketed in price. It would make sense for people wanting to buy them and of course them having to be shipped out.
So if you had a backstock, we need to know who's that backstock went to.
Well, I imagine... Oh, you mean who is in charge of selling the backstock?
Whoever's in charge of selling the backstock, and whoever's in charge of distributing it, and who received it.
Didn't someone say someone had bought out the shop after he died?
Yeah, the shop...
Yeah, but
Technically, we're doing a tinsy-wincy B&E right now. I'm just saying.
Shit's fine. No one needs to know.
The bottle's a card.
They saw
It's
a
not
little white
B&B.
goblin hop in the window, so it's fine.
All right, we probably should hurry up here, just so we don't call any attention to the fact that we broke into the shop.
yeah, we should.
Absolutely. Well, I got everything that I need to here. Anybody else?
Is there a record of magic users here in DevCast? Do they have to like register, or how does that?
With how easy it is to have even the most mild arcane talents, unfortunately we don't have a record of everybody who is known to be a caster. I imagine you'd find something more like that in Kelpsa, the way they govern and rule over their casters over there, but not here. Not to mention we get, death shepherds in now and again from Vermont, so it would be impossible to keep track of.
I'm sorry, what?
Oh, Death Shepherd? Yeah, it's this great thing. They take undead sheep and then they just like move them everywhere.
I no, thank you.
Undead fur, my
Does
favorite.
does Baz genuinely ask that question?
Yes,
Um,
Baz wants to know.
yeah, a death shepherd from Vermont. It's. Do you guys not know what a genuinely not know what a death shepherd is?
We generally
Well,
don't talk about necromancy around Ty.
I was gonna say, does
If-
any of us have an inkling?
Oh, yeah, Ty's outside, so
Well-
Ty's not even part and parcel to this conversation.
I'm just
Baz
gonna
is like pointing at Ty's to say this.
I'll send a message to
Ver-
Ty to come back inside.
Sorry, you were gonna say
They're
jump
from. No, I was gonna say they're from Emerilla. You know how it is.
Yeah, a lot of things are backwards and stinted in Emerilla. I'm starting to learn.
Hold on.
I take
Only
mild offense to that.
3 of them are from Amarillo. Let's get that right.
Fair
Alright.
enough.
Oh, yeah, that's
Okay.
true. Yeah,
Yeah.
fair enough.
I guess the only ones we catalog would be death shepherds.
We gotta find out what a Death Shepherd
Still
is.
confused what a death shepherd is.
Don't worry.
Okay, so Vermont, the Ashen City, known for its work with necromancy, we have need for large amounts of workers to work in the more dangerous parts of the mines. A death shepherd are people who tend to flocks of undead, and sometimes DevCast will contract out to Vermont a death shepherd to bring over a flock, and they'll work in the more dangerous parts of the mines.
Oh my god.
So undead workers, basically. Understood.
Yeah, undead workforce.
That's pretty cool, honestly.
Crazy.
I mean,
So
sometimes
that's
you gotta
what
get
those
that
words
ore, and
mean.
it's dangerous.
Yeah, not to mention the amount of creatures and creepy crawlies that are down in the mines.
Ah. Right.
Is there any here
And-
currently? Just curious.
Yeah, there's probably 1 or 2 death shepherds over in the mining district right now.
Hi,
course
we
there are.
can't go to the mining district right now.
Oh, is Ty coming in now?
Did Ty
Monica
come in? I
messaged
did
me.
message. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll be lingering in the doorway because, you know, it's what he's supposed to do, right?
Yeah, if Ty comes back in, probably comes back in to Ross saying, you know, don't go to the mining district.
Uh-huh. So that's what those words mean.
What words? Oh, you were able to hear
Death
out there?
Shepherd. From here, yeah, my hearing's pretty good. Right. Okay. No mining then. Alright.
I don't imagine you all would have any interest in the mining district anyway. It's not like you guys are here for wet work, so.
No. Just a little bit on the uneasy side about
So should
the
we-
undead and necromancy. They don't really we don't get on just experiences.
So the real question is, should we head down to where these manifests are presented and find out some more?
I mean, you can if you want it. It might take a few days to get the paperwork going on that. We could definitely go down and
Well,
inquire, but by the time we get there, it's gonna be close to quitting time for Viv and I. So
Well, you see, we don't really
It's quitting time.
yeah, we don't really have a finish time.
We're technically on vacation right now. It's fine.
do you guys?
Yeah.
Do you guys like not separate work and private life?
I do.
Some
I
people
live
don't.
at work.
And I look over at Ty.
Yeah,
Some
I
people.
basically
Some of us
live
are
at work.
busybodies here, as we all just stare at Ty.
It's not being a busybody, it's being dedicated to your craft.
Fair,
it's also
but I'm
called
also
having fun.
dedicated to my wife and my child at home and having dinner at a certain time. So
He doesn't have those.
He doesn't
I'm
I
gonna
said
put my
to
hand on
manage
it.
around
Put my
Ty.
hand on
There are a
Ty's
lot of
shoulder.
things we don't talk about around time.
like crossbows.
Like, I don't know.
Wait,
I
what's the
don't know
problem
why
with
you all think I
crossbows?
don't like to talk about these things. Like,
Because you don't.
Because you
it's
you,
not
you,
like
you
you've ever
clearly-
really asked.
Well, Ty,
Actually, we
why
did
don't you
once.
have a wife?
Oh,
Yeah.
All right, if we're gonna start ripping open wounds and pouring salt and lemon juice into
Moving
them,
on.
let's get out of the shop, please.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was the whole plan, to do this all walking.
All right.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
right.
put as we leave, I'm gonna put my hat back on.
Yeah. As you guys leave, and
Oh,
Ross
creepy
Ross
hat.
pulls the lock back together, and you guys kind of pulls the doors back together. You guys kind of broke the chain in the lock there, and he just like he laces the chain loosely back through the handles of the doors and just kind of like ties the chain as best as he can together. But we all know that chain doesn't tie together well. He's just like, well, that's
Did the
gonna
minimum
have
amount
to
to
do.
not get fired.
I mean,
It just like perfect.
technically, if I had it ready and learned it, I could use mending, but I don't have it.
yeah. I was just looking at my spells, see if I had anything like that.
Unfortunately, mending will only do so much with a melted metal lock.
I have thaumaturgy. I don't know if that helps.
It will not help
Yeah,
in
no.
this situation.
I
Don't
got
wanna do anything.
prestidigitation. I can make it look nice.
Perfect.
All right. You guys are welcomed back out to the bustling streets of Devcast.
Did you see anything while you were out there? Clearing the air from your lungs.
Someone was watching.
What? And you
Oh.
decided not to tell us?
I thought it best that they didn't know I saw them.
Okay, I guess that's fair.
We're not still standing there, right? Are we walking along?
Yeah, you guys can.
Yeah.
You guys can be walking.
Okay. And so like, whoever's kind of near me, I'll just I'll talk to them as we're walking. It's like just keep an extra eye out to make sure we're not being followed. I don't think anyone would challenge us in broad daylight anyway, but
I was gonna say, do you have any kind of description of who you saw, at least?
no, I don't really, do I?
Yeah, you saw
didn't-
the faintest the glimpse of this person. You saw that this was a hooded figure, so a lot of their facial features were obscured. And by the time you guys
Yeah.
managed to lock eyes with each other, somebody else walked in your vision, and by the time your vision was clear again, they were gone. Hi, Juliet.
Yeah, so I
Do you
didn't
want
get.
me to disappear and trail us and see if anyone's following?
Yeah, I was just
Um,
about to say the same thing.
I don't know. I mean, if they saw us go in, they'll see that someone's not here. So maybe that's not a good idea just
Walter
yet.
and I can break off and say that we're going somewhere else. We can be very inconspicuous.
I have another
Yeah,
disguise
let's go
that
buy
I
some
haven't
guns.
used.
I
We're
mean-
going to get a metal arm.
Yeah. I mean, perhaps where I like the idea. If you think it's good, then I would say sure, but it might be better to wait until I don't know, tomorrow morning, where we can leave our residence at different times, and it looks a bit more natural that way. But if you think it'll work, then give it a shot.
It'll
Walter, what do
work.
you think? We're
It'll
going
work.
incognito.
I have another disguise that I have used, so we have about an hour that we can trail without being seen. Not in old man Walter voice, obviously in normal voice. I'm old
Fair
man
enough.
Walter.
All right, do it.
All right.
I'm gonna break off as old man Walter and Baz and
Yeah.
hop into a street corner.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take off my hat and cast disguise self to become a child.
Nice.
Oh.
Baz seeing this is like, I'm gonna be your mom now.
I love
Baz
it.
will be a like
Or I would say
middle-aged
I would say
woman.
more of a teen or
Okay.
young adult. I would say young adult.
A
'cause
young
I can
adult.
I can only like shrink or increase my size by a foot.
Are you staying human, or are you going with a different race?
What are we doing?
Baz, what are you changing into? I'm gonna be the same race as Baz. That way, it seems more natural.
Oh, there's a lot of dwarves around here, right?
There are, yes, but
Let's
Walter
go dwarf.
can't. Walter can't change
Yeah,
his
I
form
can't-
to be
I can't
that
become
short.
Damn.
The only reason why I'm shorter is old man Walter, because I actually don't change my height. I just hunch a lot.
I don't know. Maybe we just stay human then.
Yeah. Or elves.
It's
Oops,
true.
sorry, bump my microphone.
Ty gets mad at me though because I always go elf.
Dragons.
Once you go elf, you don't go back.
Dragons. Straight
Dragonborn?
dragons.
Oh, Dragonborn.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah,
That's a good
okay.
one. Haven't done that one before. Let's go.
All right.
Okay.
Any color scale in particular?
What color is the baby dragon right now?
I think he's blue right now.
Yeah,
No,
you switched
he's
you
blue
switched
right-
him off of red after hearing about Protocol Red with Frankie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh yes.
I think he's blue right now. So let's go. Carry him around like a little baby, like swaddle him. Make a swaddle for you.
You
Or
can
for
take my
me?
scarf and swaddle him.
Yeah. There we go. We would just look like parents, and it would be our baby. Nobody
Perfect.
would ever know.
All right. I know that Baz is very proficient in disguising, and I'm assuming with Baz's assistance and with Walter's familiarity with changing his form, I'm not gonna make y'all roll a deception or a performance or anything like that. Or is there disguise checks in 5e? Regardless, I'm not gonna make y'all roll for it. You do it. You assume the forms of a blue dragonborn family and an infant using Cure.
I mean, I think the rolls only affect if you're making, like, the disguise kit, or if you're, like, actively talking to somebody while
Yeah, because
disguised.
the spell disguise self does not say that it uses a thing. It just says
Yeah,
that you can...
so it just happens.
Yeah, you guys, just basically a rule at this point would be like how well you can portray that you are this family. But like again, I'm not gonna ask for a roll. right.
Performance rolls.
But I will ask, however, if you guys are flanking the group and keeping an eye out for anyone else who might be flanking the group, to roll me perception checks.
Oh, okay, I can do that.
My brain, where is it? Found it.
We have to share the one brain cell today.
Woo!
I see all.
Everything is in my sight.
I think I did that right. No, it's slash roll.
You could if you wanted to. Llama, you can just click perception on your character sheet.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Oh. Sorry, it's been a while.
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
There we go.
Ooh,
Not bad, not bad.
pretty good. Pretty good rolls around.
So there are a lot of people on the busy streets of DevCast. There are people walking all around you. There's people, because you guys are currently in the market district, making calls and trying to draw the attention of people over to their booths and their stalls and their shops to sell wares, much like you guys were called to yesterday. Doing your best to ignore all of that noise around you and to not be fixated and focused on the sights around you of the metal beasts of burden or the new races that a lot of you haven't seen before and so on and so forth.
It's been a long road.
Oh,
Oh no, Karinga's DCing.
Oh, I'm back.
Okay, are you sure? Are you sure?
Yeah, the green bars lit back up.
Okay.
okay, good.
Llama, you don't really notice anything extremely out of the ordinary. You'll see some people wearing like scarves over their heads to help protect against the heat and things like that, but not anything extremely suspicious. Baz, you are a little more keener in flanking and following people, given your criminalistic background and the fact that you've been doing something like this for years prior to the guard. You keep your eye to alleyways, rooftops, mostly closed windows in the buildings that you're all passing. You think you've spotted somebody every now and again, But every time that you think you've caught somebody, you blink and they're gone.
Okay, so from what I've found, if you're using the spell Disguise Self, it's 8 plus proficiency plus either charisma or wisdom. But it doesn't say which to use, so I'm going to say charisma because that's the one that gets most used.
There you
Oh my
go.
God.
So
The
is it like
internet.
I see them and then they're gone, or is it like they get lost in the crowd type thing?
They get lost in the crowd sort of situation. You see them and then you like take a moment to fixate on them, and by the time you refocus your gaze, they've already dipped off behind something else, or they may have not even been there. You're not entirely sure.
But we are catching glimpses.
Glimpses.
And they do seem to be following our group.
Yes.
As we're the rest of us are on our walk, I'll keep occasionally looking up.
Do you want to roll a perception as well?
I was also gonna ask if I could roll a perception to
I
see
mean,
if
I'll
there's
I'll
anything
roll a
unusual.
perception, but
Yeah, go for it.
it's not for that purpose. It's because
Oh.
it's intimidated by the fact there's a massive dragon about. But I'll roll a perception because you asked for it.
Okay. Yeah,
I'm too busy.
you're really fixated on the sovereign.
24.
Not
Damn.
bad. You're being followed by this weird like blue dragonborn family. That's definitely something that's consistent in following you. But other than that, you're having trouble focusing on anything else.
Man, is it hot in here, right? Why is Devcast so hot?
I don't know. I got a 24 on mine to see if anything unusual's around.
Does
Uh,
did Monica hear that Walter and I were splitting off?
I think
Yeah.
and
Okay.
yeah, Kringa, that was my response to you. Was the consistent
Oh.
thing that you see following you is the dragonborn family.
Bit weird, this Dragon Ball family, aren't they?
Yeah, because they don't know.
We didn't tell them.
No, we did. I mean, you can do a sending spell, I guess.
Well, I'm gonna
Baz is too
assume
dumb
with,
for that. Baz wouldn't think about that.
I'm gonna assume with my passive perception, I've noticed you guys gone. It's pretty high.
Yes, I think you would have been a little part and parcel with your passive perception there to the fact that 2 members of your team branched off. But yes, as you guys continue on, being in the market district, it's going to take you a bit to get back to the quarry district, which is where you're gonna find the means to buy additional shipping labels and things like that. So there are
Right.
various means of transport. You guys notice that Ross and Viv are heading towards Sinar would notice that Ross and Viv are heading towards the teleportation pad in the market district.
So,
Pardon me.
If
Nice.
we are being followed, the best things that we could do is take that teleport pad. It could take us to anywhere in the city, and the most likely the person following us would know where we are where we are going.
I'm not familiar with how these pads work. When you stand on them, do you tell a person where you want to go, or do you choose yourself?
With these ones here, when you stand on them, there is an attendant there who basically activates the magic. So you tell the person where you want to go.
Okay, so where the idea is good, we stand on there, and then the next person on just goes, send me to wherever they went.
So while this is going on, I'm gonna kind of like,
I don't like this.
I'm gonna put Ty in a headlock real quick and pull him close and just kind of whisper in his ear that there's a blue dragonborn family.
following us.
Yeah, like
Maybe
very
it's just
consistently.
family.
Yeah, apparently they've been following us for quite a bit.
Can I roll perception to see if I see Monica keep glancing back at us or anything?
Oh no, I'm not glancing back.
Okay, good.
Ties in a straight headlock against me right now.
Yes, I would say, Baz, that you, with your passive perception, you definitely notice that Monica every now and again just like glances over her shoulder at you guys, and then you would have noticed Monica take Ty into a headlock.
I'll send a message to Monica that says,
Or I feel
Monica,
that-
it's me.
Where
I
feel
am the Dragonborn.
Sorry, Bubble, you were saying?
Where I feel the headlock is unnecessary, Monica. Just keep your eye on them. But it's probably Baz and Walter. They're doing a little reconnaissance for us. You can let go
just
now.
in case. Nah, I'm just gonna keep you in a headlock till we go. Let's go.
Yeah,
I'm just
I
gonna
missed you
ruffle his.
step 30 feet
I'm
forward.
gonna ruff.
Are you gonna legit Misty Step
I am.
in a crowd
In a crowd?
Yep.
as a Winter
Yep.
Eladrin?
Well, I only frightened one person.
It's gonna be Monica.
Actually, no.
That's where my
Good
attempt
enough.
is gonna go.
Okay, yes, you may frighten one person, but everyone else will notice.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a. Yeah.
That doesn't
I
stop
mean,
other
your
people from
strength or
seeing
dexterity
you.
is probably better than Monica's. So.
All right, final call. Are you doing it?
I mean, we're distracted with loads of other thoughts. Possibly his mind would be elsewhere and not on the consequences. So,
Yeah, that's a good point.
yeah, I'm gonna do it anyway.
All right.
So what do I gotta
30 feet.
roll?
So
So
it'll
what
get
do I gotta roll?
so it'll get really really cold in the area as he does it. And he'll disappear into like a white mist and appear 30 feet forwards, and it's wisdom save of 13.
Oh, I'm good at wisdom.
Yes,
Yeah, so you're
yes,
probably
you are.
fine. Hope you roll a 1. I don't.
That's a 19. I am fine. Oh,
You're
wait,
okay,
is it
you
supposed to be a saving throw?
Yes, it's wisdom saving throw.
So does a
I mean, 19
22
is-
hit?
19 is fine, because it only needs to beat 13.
Okay, it's a
So you're just
22. Am
little-
I good?
You're just a little bit icy.
You're okay.
You're fine.
Little bit
But you
cold.
do feel like in on your side in your armpit where you have Ty in a headlock get very cold, almost unbearably cold, and then eventually your arm relaxes as Ty almost vanishes into a cloud of chill cold vapor with some snow flakes laced through it, and then eventually reforms. How many feet? 15, you said?
Full
30.
30. I'll just go the full 30 straight forwards. Well, straight along the path that we're walking.
There you go. You watch as the cold, chilled air goes about 30 feet ahead of you.
Probably through all those innocent people.
Yeah. I just kind of laugh a bit.
There are
As Baz sees Ty reappear further ahead, they'll like lean over to Walter so it looks like they're talking to Walter and be like, Ty, what the fuck?
Wait, you sending a message?
Yes.
to me?
Yeah.
No, she's
No.
talking to Walter. Just like Ty.
not.
What the hell?
What
Well,
the
I mean,
hell?
Wrong-
could have
wrong
been.
person. Wrong,
You could have been, but if you're sending a message, it's just like, it's nothing. It's nothing. Just go back to watching.
all right.
That is the most bold-faced lie.
You
I'm
guys,
fine!
I'm fine. You guys eventually get to the teleportation pad. You guys see Viv and Frankie and Ross all get up onto the teleportation pad. You see them pay the 10 casts. You see Viv has to shell at the 20 casts because, well, Frankie.
Yep.
You guys are also joining them, or are you guys going to find another means of transport?
I mean, it seems silly to not go, right?
Yeah, let's follow him.
All right. So you guys know at this point it's 10 casts or 10 silver or 10 copper or 1 gold per person.
I'll pay in copper. 10 copper. Marvelous.
Okay.
I'll
Walter
hand
will
over
stay
some
for the next
copper.
one, see if anyone follows.
Yeah, I was just about to say we can kind of
Yeah.
come together and point at a shop or something and like go window browse as we keep an eye on the teleporter to see if anybody follows.
All right. Sinar, Monica, how are you guys paying?
Copper. I still have some left
No
over.
copper on me. I need to get some I need to get some copper, so I'll pay with the gold for
I
now.
was gonna say I'll pay Javel's way.
Okay.
Okay.
Gonna lower that down more.
There you go. So you guys all get on the teleportation pad, and that familiar, unsettling feeling in your stomach and that feeling of weightlessness happens again as the circle beneath you all lights up, and you all are enveloped in this veil of arcane light. And eventually, the veil drops one more, and you guys find yourself in the quarry district, underneath the surface of Devcast once more. Baz and Monica, sorry, not Baz and Monica, Baz and Walter, you guys see a number of people use the teleportation circle immediately after them. It seems this is a common way of transport and a common way of getting around Devcast.
Any of them have? Because Ty explained what the individual looked like, and we kind
Just
of
that they had a
seen-
hood.
They would just
we
kind of
kinda
like
seen
put it
an
in shadows.
individual like that we suspected. Was
Does anyone
following
look like
them.
they don't want to be seen being following them?
Yeah.
Roll me a perception check.
That's good.
Nice. Not distracted by Dragon Baby this time.
The fashion around here does involve a lot of scarves and drapery. So you guys do see a number of people with scarves or wraps or hoods on them, who also just are walking around. Some of them use the teleportation pad. They're not like a huge number. Baz, you notice a smaller, lithe form approach the teleportation attendant, and you see them have a little bit of a conversation, and then eventually that person continues on their way. They don't go on the teleportation pad.
I'll point it out to Walter and say, do we follow or do we just meet up with the others?
Whereas a younger me probably would have said to follow. Yeah, let's follow.
Splitting the party. All right. I'm now going to ask for a series of... You guys are going to be following them as best you can, correct?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Each of you roll 3 perception checks.
Wow, I don't know if I've got enough space on my screen to see these.
Well, you should still have a +10.
No, I used up all my stuff, I believe.
Oof.
It
Okay.
got progressively worse.
It did get progressively worse.
Progressively more distracted by the tiny
Oh.
dragon.
Well,
And I have one more perception than you.
All right, you
Oh.
guys follow this figure the best you can through the crowds, keeping your eyes on them as closely as you can. But they seem pretty adept at shaking a tail. You see them glance over their shoulder every now and again towards you guys and start picking up the fact that you guys are following them. And it almost turns into a game of cat and mouse. You see their smaller, lithe form get shorter and eventually slip into the crowd. And eventually you guys lose your eyes on them.
I'll send a message to Ty. Say we were following a tail, but we lost him, and we'll meet back up with you guys in a bit.
alright. We're still heading to the same place we were going, but I can't remember where that was.
Yeah. You guys make it to the quarry district. You guys got the teleportation pad, and Ross and Viv lead you away from the teleportation pads themselves and towards a building under the quarry, or in the quarry district there. The sign on the building reads shipping and Oh god, see, I didn't plan for this. This is what I mean by improv, guys. Shipping and registration. And you guys go in and you see a younger looking female dwarf behind the counter. She's got a number of papers in front of her. But as you guys, so she's got a number of papers in front of her, and you guys see glass in front of her as well. And as you guys get closer, you notice as you try to focus on the papers that for some reason you don't see any script on them. You blink because your eyes are blurry trying to look at these papers. But blinking doesn't help.
Would I have any inkling as to what that would do?
Roll me an Arcana check.
Or is that... Oh boy, I'm good at that. +1.
Oh!
That 20. I know exactly what it is.
Apparently you are good at this.
So, Monica...
Actually, it would make sense being a smuggler.
Yeah, Monica doesn't have a whole lot of arcane history. But Monica has a lot of smuggling history. And you know that getting your eyes on important documents, important information of businesses or even personal shipping manifests, that could be potentially dangerous for people. You surmise that possibly this glass in front of the desk here has an enchantment on it that obscures script.
It's a neat little enchantment.
You see the dwarf with sun-stained skin, lots of freckles on her shoulders, and dirty blonde hair pulled back into a series of braids, kind of look up to you all. Oh, is this your first time seeing this enchantment, darling?
No. But that's another conversation. We're looking for potential paperwork or info about mirrors shipped out by Alexander Skarsgård.
She kind of like raises a brow to you all and just like looks at you, and then that's when Ross and Viv kind of like make themselves known, and she looks over and she goes, the DLE? Is there a reason y'all need to see these papers? You said Alexander Skarsgård? And Ross just kind of nods, and you see him present the badge. Yeah, it appears there's been something new in a missing persons case relating to the late craftsman. And you see her sit and contemplate for a moment. I'm really sorry, but unfortunately I need a warrant or something. You do know that these papers are pretty important. This information is pretty important.
I would argue that the disappearances and potential disappearances of more people is just as important, but I completely understand where you're coming from.
It really pains me to have to say no. Trust me, I know that this could definitely help, but I have to follow protocol or else I risk my job.
How long do you think it would take to get the all this stuff together, potentially?
Well, mercifully, the supervisor here very much appreciates organization and alphabetical order, so it shouldn't take too much to get anything on Alexander Skarsgård or Reflections, which is the shop. But I could probably get everything together in about 2 hours. But the shop is going to be closing momentarily, and it's going to take you how long to get a warrant? And you see Ross just kind of like bite his bottom lip for a second out of frustration. He's just like, yeah, the paper tends to be the holdup here. It's probably going to take us the better part of a day or two to get a warrant together.
There's no potential way to expedite this process, speed it up a bit in any way, shape, or form?
I could try, but I can't guarantee.
Especially since while we're waiting, more people could be disappearing. Time is not exactly a luxury everyone has.
Well, I understand that more people could be disappearing, but I don't think more people would be disappearing in relation to this case. The people who disappeared in relation to this case disappeared about 6 months ago, 6 to 5 months ago. and no other disappearances with the same MO has happened in that time, and the people are being returned to us. This is a large city, and unfortunately some things might be taking precedent over getting a warrant for a case that's pretty much already been solved at this point. The people are being returned. Again, I can definitely push for a warrant, and I can push for as much expediency as possible, but know that it could take a maximum of 1 to 2 days.
Days is
Alright.
fine.
Just
At
do what
the
you
end of
can.
Yeah, at the end of the day,
I understand.
it's not exactly like mass amounts of people are going missing, and if they were, then I'm sure the process would get largely expedited then.
Yeah. I keep forgetting that I do actually have music down here for the Quarry District.
What time is it? More or less for us.
With all the traveling you guys have been doing, it's probably close to 2 or 3 p.m. at this point.
No, lots of time. Do anybody in this room that knows, do all the shops in Devcast close at the same time?
Well,
Depends what you mean by shops.
yes, it depends on the shop entirely and what services it provides.
How about the AAA?
AAA is probably going to be open for a few hours yet.
Okay. I have some personal business I think I'd like to tend to if there's nothing else that we can do until we get said warrant, besides wait and ask people and hope we don't get stabbed in the night, or eaten. Wouldn't that be interesting, eh? Perhaps.
Did you
I'd
say
just like to.
Yes. The AAA,
Yes,
alcohol,
yes.
aviation, and automotives.
Yeah. Yes, I did. Yeah. I'd like to go to the shop. So you said you wanted to clock out. This is about the time that your shift finishes, correct?
Well, my shift finishes in a little over an hour, and that'll give me enough time to go back to our station and get the paperwork started at least.
Okay. Well, I appreciate the help. We all do. If do you need us to come back to the station with you? Is that something that?
No, I
that
wouldn't
you
mind you guys actually getting some vacation done on your vacation.
Ridiculous. Why would we do that?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really
Nicholas, what's a vacation?
But yeah, I mean, I appreciate the gesture. At least the rest of them will anyway.
I just gotta ask, Bubble, are you intentionally giving sass to Ross, or is that just how it's coming off to me?
No, no, not intentionally, but
Intentionally.
Super intentionally.
no, it's not intentional.
Go ahead, Ty. Ask the question that we all know you.
How much for the metal arm?
Oh no, I was gonna say ask the artificer to go to the pub with you, but
Oh my
that
God.
works too.
Yeah, no, I think maybe I'll have a rest with my with the drinking. We had some heavy times last night, and probably best to step it down a little bit.
That's a door.
Oh, yes, you did. I almost forgotten.
I
yes.
forget I threw him at a door.
Have Walter and I met up with the crew yet?
No, this is kind of happening right now while you guys are tailing that other individual.
Oh, cool.
Right. Okay. Well, if you don't need us, Sonar, would you be willing to show me to the shop?
Of course, be my pleasure.
Now, Sonar, you know that there are various outposts for AAA, but there is the big department that you're going to find back in the market district. Basically, there is a big department that's going to be like where everything is fabricated, and then from there, whatever's fabricated gets put out to smaller outposts located throughout the city. So if you want the bulk of what's available, you're going to want to go to the big department. Or if you want something a little less crowded, you go to a smaller one.
Okay. Well, then I'll say die. Well, it depends on where you want to go to. If you want like the bulk of what gets made and distributed, then we would need to go back to the market district. However, if you're looking for something a little less occupied, then we could go to one of the outposts. They typically have less amounts of stock, but the same stuff as usual.
I just wanna try one of those, and I'll point at Ross's pistol.
Enough. It's probably best place for me is then an outpost. Quickest way.
Okay, all right.
And I'll take him to the nearest outpost.
All right.
Do any of us have the ability to send a message?
Monica does.
Maybe. Hi.
Right.
I technically do if if I'm looking at them.
Right. Okay. Monica, do you want to tell Baz and Walter where we're going?
I'll come with you guys. I kind of want to see these guns. I'll send a message on the way.
Okay.
Cool.
By the time you guys are going by cable cart, or are you guys going by teleportation circle?
Whichever way gets us there.
Well, both would get you there.
Teleportation circle. Why not? I'll pay for it.
All right. That will be
All right.
for the 3 of you, 3 gold.
Bet.
All right. You guys go back through teleportation circle. Again, familiar sensation of weightlessness. And as you guys leave that teleportation pad back to the busy streets of the market district, that's when Ty, I assume, gets a message in his head that fortunately they found that you guys were being tailed. Unfortunately, they lost the tail.
All right. That's unfortunate, but at least we know I was right.
All right. You gonna tell?
Yeah.
While we're on our way back to the group, sorry, I had to grab my book because I had to look at the thing for Drake companions to see if they get a bonus to perception or anything.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't, so that's fine. I'm going to take her and like kind of swaddle him like with his head over my shoulder, so that way if anybody's behind us, he can kind of let me know.
Clever.
Did you want to roll a perception as here?
Yeah. Which I believe, what is his perception is wisdom? Oh, okay. +2.
You can do it.
Pulls out the book. Let's go.
I did, because I can never...
Big numbers. See a big roll.
25.
Or 21.
21.
21.
Hey.
Not bad, not bad.
Go on.
Yeah.
And
Five
You're-
plus 10. No.
just to make sure, I can send you a picture of it if you want to see the stat block for Drake Companion.
No, I can also Google it if needs be.
Okay.
I +2 is believable for a perception on a familiar. But yeah, it's sorry, her receives the message and here keeps an eye out as you guys are walking around. Do you guys intend to meet up with the rest of the group?
Also, are we staying in dragon form?
That is
My
also a
next
good question.
I would say yes, just
Okay.
because if we're being followed, they're going to recognize us as the dragons.
Yeah, it's true.
So it would probably be the smarter thing to do to, if they are tailing us, to take the long way to get to our destination and kind of have our baby keep an eye out.
Oh,
Our
child.
Our
baby.
child. Yes. I love how this went from like mother son situation to like married coupled with a with a newborn.
It's a baby.
It works.
It just worked.
Yeah, true.
How
Alright.
many Dragonborns are in devcast that
A
probably
number.
have income? Yeah, that look just like that.
It's true. I am going to call for a break a little earlier just because I have to run off to the hush room. So it's currently 1:45 Eastern Standard.
Yes.
Take our 10-minute break and come back at 1:55 Eastern Standard.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Alrighty.
Okay.
We will be back
Alrighty.
momentarily, folks. BRB. Alrighty, let's get ready to come back. Almost forgot this part. And then undeafen. Hello.
Ah.
Hi.
Hello.
That 10 minutes went by so quick.
Yeah, real
It
fast.
really did.
I was like looking for snacks. I just looked at the clock and I'm like,
warning,
what?
my internet is being a
Yeah,
butt
I
right
got-
now.
I got like
Oh, jealous. Is that
There's
like
popcorn.
nori as well?
yeah, just seaweed, just a big flat of seaweed. There's Doritos in here. There's cheesy popcorn. There's
Jeez.
jalapeno Cheez-Its, and I have gummies.
Never heard of cheese popcorn before.
No, it's delicious.
Like cheddar
I've heard
popcorn?
that.
Yeah.
I've heard that apparently there's like a ketchup seasoning in Canada because y'all put ketchup on everything that you put on popcorn.
Well, there's a ketchup seasoning because there's a ketchup flavored chip. There's also a
There's
dill
a
pickle seasoning,
dill
an all
pickle.
dress seasoning, salt and vinegar seasoning.
All Dressed is the one that did it for me, I think.
Oh yes, I sent
I
you
think that was-
a package, didn't I?
Yeah, the chippers or something.
too.
Are they chippers? I think it was called chippers. All Dressed
crisps,
something or other.
I think. No, wait, hold up. What are they called? Fuck.
I know they're in like a purple packet, but they were banging.
Uh-oh. Come on.
Baz, help me out here. The square shaped
Were they?
fake
Oh.
cracker chip thing. Crisps?
Yeah.
Cracker?
The crisps.
They're
think they're
they're
just called
literally just called crisps. And I know that like in the UK crisps means what we call chips. But I think that brand that like manufacturer literally just calls them crisps.
Very
So
nice.
Good. They're so good. I haven't had crisps in a while. Maybe I'll get some tonight at the store. I'm so happy to be able to go back into the public today.
I'm not.
I'm not
Public
like-
scares me.
I'm not like excited to go into the public, but I'm excited to have the option to go back into the public.
Yeah. Yep.
Need snacks.
I need snacks. All right, but let's get back into the game. So where we last left you off, we had Sinar, Monica, and Tyrandel going to AAA, a smaller outpost location in the Market
Right.
District.
Hold on. Just stop a minute.
You
Isn't-
kinda-
I missed that whole thing.
Is everybody else hearing Oko the same as I am?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. You keep doing that cutting out thing that we were speaking about last time.
Why?
I don't know.
Thank you
Like-
so much for the follow there, May. Welcome on in. Why am I cutting out? This is so weird. Hold on. I'm going to do this for you guys.
I don't know if I like the sound of that.
I'm going to switch back to my headset microphone and see if it's the microphone that's having the issue, okay?
Okay. Okay.
Oh,
Fun.
Okay.
pardon me. Oh.
And we get a burp. Nice.
I mean, it seems to pick up fine.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. So yes. Sinar, Monica, and Tyrandel were heading to a smaller outpost of AAA in the Market District, while Walter and Baz were... Were you guys making your way to AAA?
Yeah, we were gonna make our way through to the group. I suggested the long route.
The long road. Yeah.
I don't know if Baz wants to do something different.
Okay.
I'll do that.
May, we are just coming back from a break now. So normally during D&D streams, I focus on my players. I don't really focus on chat a whole lot. However, intimidation is technically a charisma check. There are some DMs who, depending on how intimidation is displayed, will attribute it to something else. For example, if you smash something to show that you are big and scary, some DMs might say, do a strength check, so on and so forth. Or, sorry, attribute it to strength. In 3.5, no, in Pathfinder, there was a feat called Intimidating Prowess, where in addition to your charisma, you could also add your strength modifier to your intimidation checks. But I don't think there's something like that in 5th edition presently, so it's pretty much up to DM discretion, but out of the book, which is only meant to be used as a guideline, it's attributed to charisma. Alright, but yes, I'm going to go back on focusing on my players, but feel free to stick around and watch. Alright, so you guys are taking the long way to go to AAA, so we are going to start off with you all folks going into AAA. Sonara brings you to a smaller shop with glass windows on either side of the door, and you look in and you see in the glass windows, you see metallic limbs hanging on display, and you also see an assortment of firearms and rifles also presented in this window. The sign atop says Alloyed Arms and Armaments, and there doesn't really appear to be anybody in this location at the moment, other than obviously the shopkeep.
It's good news. Okay. So I immediately start looking at all of the things. I'm gonna ignore the shopkeeper, but I'm just gonna go look in glass display cabinets. Not at the arms. I've got 2 of those. But like at the guns and stuff. Did you say there was like a I mean, Tyrandol wouldn't know it was a rifle, but a rifle type construct in here.
Yes. As you guys make your way in, it's a little dimly lit in here, but there are glass cases along the walls that are blocked off by the counters, and you guys see rifles displayed in all of those glass cases. You guys see that the counters themselves are also glass, front-facing, to show off the pistols and what you guys don't know but would be known to players as shotguns and things like that. You guys see a variety of different weapons and ammunitions. You see some things look as small and measly as a small metal ball. You also see some things that look cylindrical and tubular in shape, with arcane runes written along the sides. Hanging from the ceiling again, once more, you see metallic arms, you see metallic legs, you even see the occasional metallic tail. And along one of the walls, you also notice some smaller, more compact breastplates, some armor pieces, greaves, and gauntlets. Behind one of the counters is a tall, thinly built, orange-skinned tiefling with no hair and large, curling black horns that go behind their head and back forward, that fade in a gradient from orange to black. They also have a rather long, more traditionally devil-like tail with a spade at the end of it. And as they walk, you hear the clunking of hooves, and you imagine that they have hooves. They are a little bit more androgynous.
Okay.
I walk up to the gentleman and ask if there's a way to test out these firearms.
As you walk up to this tiefling, they stand taller than you, very tall, and they kind of look down to you with their pure yellow, almost illuminated eyes, and they give a little bit of a fanged grin. Ah, you wanted to come and play with some of the merchandise, I see.
Seems like an interesting experience to have. I'm usually in tune with magic, so...
Oh, we might have some firearms that are up your alley. But yes, come on in. Ty was looking at some rifles, was it?
Yeah, it feels like, I mean, again, I'm not going to know much about velocity as a character. A larger thing is more like the size of the longbow, so that's the one that he'll naturally gravitate towards, just because it's longer.
Okay. Yeah, you start looking at the rifles behind this orange-skinned tiefling. Well, feel free to pick out what you'd like to start with, and then I'll take you all behind back to the firing range. But I will require you all to sign up here. And they present a leather-bound book and also a pen.
Okay.
So you said you had something that suits an arcane magical nature?
Why, yes. Anything that you see with any arcane runes written into the side will have a little bit of an extra kick, if you know what I mean.
I guess I'll
sign.
just try one of the basic rifles, and I like write my name and stuff in the book.
Okay.
I sign the book with a signature that's not mine.
Ty.
That's illegal.
It's just a mark to say that we've been here. I'm suspicious of everything now, so I sign it with a signature that's not mine, but is similar, so as it doesn't look unnatural when I write it, or at least attempt to.
See, I'm just signing my first name, and that's it.
Okay.
And if there is a rifle that is, do any of them have colors, or are they just gunmetal gray?
A lot of them are gunmetal gray, but when you get to ones that look a little bit more ornate, they tend to be the ones with runes carved into the side of them.
Okay, do they have any that are like a lightish blue color? Or a darkish blue? Anything with blue on it. I'll try that one.
Blue Daba Deeba.
Yes, there is one. You do see one with some blue runes on the side of it.
Okay, yeah, that one. I want to try that one. That one there.
Okay. After you guys make known, Sonar, are you also signing to go try some? Is Jebel actually back?
I thought he was.
Jebel was back
was.
before all of us.
He's
Yeah,
not muted.
We've spoken to him.
Yeah.
Jebel, are you alive?
Oh no. This does
we
me the
lose Jebel?
noivus.
Sonar will sign the paper anyway, and would like to try some guns. Even though he may or may not have used them before, I don't know that part of his backstory.
Alright.
God damn it.
After you all sign off, the tiefling lifts up the one of the doors to the counter and allows you all to follow him behind the counter, and brings you all through a door leading to the majority length of the storefront. The shop itself was very short in the front, but as you guys go through, you're welcomed to a well-lit firing range. Ty, this isn't really normally like a range that you've been to. You see walls dividing off where everybody stands, and you see targets at varying distances along the length there.
Huh. Interesting. Well, what are the point of these walls?
It's to help dampen some of the sound. I'm starting to get to the inkling that none of you have used firearms before?
Not in the least.
No, this is my general weapon of choice, I suppose.
So you're looking for an
I'll hold the
upgrade.
bow up. I'm looking for something that may be competitive to it.
Okay. They excuse themselves for a moment to go get the guns that you guys requested. A regular rifle for Monica and a enchanted rifle for Ty. As you guys are handed these weapons, they are heavy. They are a little awkward and obtuse in your hands, and as you guys are trying to get a feel for how to hold them, the tiefling comes over and basically guides you through a series of verbal instruction and also just moving your arms to show you how to hold the rifles properly. Basically giving you a quick safety rundown as well.
Yeah, I do that thing that every jackass does where they look straight down the barrel.
The tiefling quickly grabs the barrel and basically pulls it to the side away from both of you. No,
I didn't do it. I didn't do that.
No,
I'm about to ask a dumb question though.
I was saying it because Ty said that he was doing it. So yeah, the tiefling looks at you just like, no. Soon enough, if you keep that up, you'll be looking for new things to replace parts of your face. If you survive, that is.
Right.
Careful.
Okay.
Never
Understood.
look down the barrel. Alright. Tyrandel.
Yeah.
Do me a favor and roll roll a ranged hit at disadvantage.
Okay. As in with my standard ranged weapon, or like a dexterity check?
With a standard ranged weapon.
I don't have
Alright.
one of those.
Okay. So, as you level off and do your best to aim, the tiefling, by the way, the tieflings introduce themselves as Courage at this point.
Cowardly dog.
No, for fuck's sake.
Additional tiefling name.
Yes, a more traditional tiefling name. So they introduce themselves as Courage, and they do their best to instruct you how to focus down the iron sights of the rifle. This rifle here doesn't have a scope on it. And you do your best to line up those 3 dots. This weapon
3.
is... 3 what?
Yeah, he
I
only
thought
did one.
3.
No.
You want me to do 3?
Have you seen iron sights on a weapon?
Yes.
Okay, so you've got the 2 prongs near the back.
Oh, the 3.
You've got...
Right.
Yes.
You didn't say 3 shots.
Dots.
Right. Yes. Now I know. Okay, we're on the same page now.
Okay.
I thought you said 3 shots.
I
Okay.
was tracking. I was
Okay.
tracking.
Thank you. So you do your best to line up those 3 dots of the iron sight. But it's you wobble and you weave a little bit. It's not like holding your bow. And you do your best to take a shot, and unfortunately it doesn't hit the target. However, you feel this powerful kick back in your shoulder that wavers your stance. You want to roll me 3d8?
Fucking hell. Okay.
Oh, what am I rolling? Because I don't have a standard ranged
I will
attack.
get to you in a second, please.
Get to that in a minute, I guess.
As you squeeze on the trigger, you feel this explosive force in the back, of the stock of the rifle, and it pushes back into your shoulder. Your whole body jolts backwards as you do your best to catch yourself on your back leg. You start feeling that burn in your shoulder. You're not taking damage, but 3d8 is the damage of the rifle as you whiz past the target that you were aiming for and manage to clip bottom corner of a target far, far back down on the wall. Nowhere near what would have gotten you points if you were shooting actively at that target. But you see this rev of brilliant blue light make its way up the rifle of the barrel and eventually explode outward into almost an arcane blue burst.
Good Christ.
That's pretty.
I mean, it doesn't seem to be the most accurate contraption in the world, but it definitely feels like it's got some force.
Any tool can be made useful in the hands of somebody familiar with them, you see. Monica, are you proficient in ranged weapons?
I do not think I am.
Alright, roll me a d20 plus your dexterity, and roll me that at disadvantage.
Wrong keyboard. I think I did it right.
Ooh.
Oh no.
Ooh.
Oh no.
Ooh. So you were doing your best to keep up with Courage as they were instructing you on how to load and how to properly prime your rifle specifically. And you went with a little bit more of a traditional rifle, not a magic one that takes away a lot of the guesswork. You line up those iron sights and lean forward on the counter. And you do your best to slowly lay onto that trigger. And as you do, you're expecting that big kick like you saw Ty experience. But you hear a click, and nothing happens.
I think I may have fucked something up.
Shit's
I'm
fucked.
just looking out from behind the tiefling and just like, is something supposed to happen?
It appears that maybe she primed it wrong. Give me a second. And the tall tiefling with very slender legs before that goes down into the hooves slowly clops their way over. And they they put their hands out for you to hand them the rifle. And as you do, they go over the safety precautions and they start checking the gun. They eventually take out the magazine, double check the bullets, and they see that there was a jam. There was a misfire. They properly reload the magazine for you, put it back in, hand you back the rifle. Try again. Do you want to roll me another one at disadvantage, please? That's a little bit better.
Not good.
It's a 3.
So this time as you actually... wait, are you... Oh, I see what's going on. Oh, I see now. So yeah, this time the rifle does actually go off, and it kicks hard back into you, much like Tyrandil's did. You hear that loud, thunderous crack echo out as the bullet leaves the chamber and misses the target that you were aiming for and embeds itself into the back wall, the metal back wall that seems to have been built to account for this. But you feel that burning in your shoulder as you do your best to stand and right yourself.
Yep.
Now, out of a curiosity, if I were to cast Fire Arrow and augment these bullets, would that work?
Are you asking the DM or are you asking Courage?
Both.
As the DM, yes. As Courage, they would explain that essentially you would have to imbue the magazine itself. But yes, it could theoretically work.
I want to try that.
All right. Roll me another shot at disadvantage.
Nope.
Oh my
Missed it
gods.
again.
Oh my gods.
Why is my roll so shit?
In your eagerness to do so, unfortunately, the gun misfires once more. Yeah.
I missed.
You're welcome to roll the damage if you want to, but this one will also be embedding itself in the back wall. I forgot to get you to roll the damage on the first one. It is 2d10 for you.
Oh, that is not. Oh,
Nice.
get better rolls on my damage. Okay,
As it
so this one's gonna
embeds itself
be-
in the back wall.
So this one's gonna be more interesting. So I have to actually look at my spell. Now where did I put it? Alright, so you said do 2d10?
Yes.
So 2d10.
Oh.
What are these? My rolls are absolute garbage
How
today.
have you managed that?
Barely a scratch on that back wall.
This rifle is so weird and obtuse to you. Being a druid and druids being more connected with the earth and nature and the natural order itself, this metallic firearm is just, it's not jiving well with you. I'll say at this point you guys hear a ringing back from the store itself as your friends have finally entered the location. Courage excuses themselves for a moment and goes to greet Baz and Walter, who are still Dragonborns, question mark?
As we walk in, we
muted,
probably
Llama.
drop it. You're muted, Llama.
Sorry, nope. Mine only lasts an hour unless I use my hat.
Okay.
So yeah, if we're still walking when his drops, then we'll probably like sneak into an alley and we'll both drop our disguises.
Okay, so you guys enter as Baz and Walter then.
Yeah.
And you're greeted by this tall, orange tiefling. Welcome on in, friends. What can I interest you in?
I believe some of our colleagues and friends are here.
Oh, I see. Do you also wish to try out some firearms while you're here?
I would love to.
All right, well, I just
Yeah.
need you to sign this ledger here, please. And,
Am I signing away my soul?
I mean, I could make a joke about making a deal with the devil, but no, you're not signing away your soul.
Is courage cute though?
Courage, you know what I would say is definitely entrancing.
Nice.
They've got a
Wish I
nice,
could actually roll
they've
it.
got a nice flowy button-up top that's cinched together with like a waist corset and high-waisted leather pants that lead down to their more clove-hooven legs.
And I honestly thought you were gonna end it at nice flowy butt, and I was like, all right, well.
What?
Nice flowy butt? No.
Smooth
Their
thighs.
outfit is fairly tight to their form, with the exception of the upper portion of their button-up blouse.
I love that.
They have several bands and rings on the very long horns that curl behind them. They have some nice gold dangly earrings on their right ear.
Okay. Baz wants to try a pistol.
A pistol? Okay, I want to try a more, like, meh pistol or an arcane pistol?
Just a basic one.
Basic one? Alright. You are both led back to the back room where everyone else is, and Courage brings back a pistol and goes over with Baz how to use the pistol, how to prime it, how to get ready to shoot it, so on and so forth, loading the bullets into it. And Baz, you are not proficient in firearms, I'm going to assume, so please roll me a ranged weapon attack at disadvantage.
Just my short bow attack.
Yes.
Does that work?
Yeah.
Oh god.
This pistol is small compared to the rifles that your friends are using, and they're using their full bodies to right it and to ensure that it's not going to kick back against them and things like that. But come on, this pistol's tiny. Surely you can one-hand it. You do me a favor and roll 2d8. Okay. As you do so, as you try to one-hand it and line up these iron sights here, you squeeze on the trigger and let loose this small ball from the bullet. And as you do, you see the chambers of the side of the pistol almost ignite with an orange spark. And that's all you really see before you feel a dense metal object hit your forehead.
Oh, fantastic.
The pistol had kicked back and managed to clock you for 2 damage.
Okay. All right. 2 hands. I get it. Okay.
Yeah. You see Courage just kind of like come over and just go, "Oh, I'm so sorry about that, darling. I probably should have warned. Yes, 2 hands would be the best."
I was not ready for that.
Most people aren't. Do you
Yeah,
want
there's
to...
now us looking. Meanwhile, holding this rifle out in one arm, just like, I wonder if I could. I wonder.
No. 2 hands on the weapons at all times, or not at all.
I wonder, eventually, if I do this enough times while we're here, could I actually be decent with it?
You would not get firearm proficiency by spending, like, a few hours here, I'll tell you that much.
I was gonna say, just not rolling in disadvantage.
Yeah, you'd have to have firearm proficiency to not be rolling in disadvantage.
Damn.
I also don't think that druids can get anything other than scimitars.
Druids can't wear metal armors, but they can have metal weapons.
Oh, can they? Okay.
Alright, did you want to
guess
take
I'll-
another shot, Babs? Or Baz?
War.
That's a little better. stabling on it this time, not, you know, trying to one-hand it. This doesn't kick back and fly back at your face this time, but instinctively you do kind of like squint your eyes and look away as you pull on the trigger, which does impact your aim. So unfortunately you don't hit a target, but it was definitely a better experience than your first shot.
You don't get hurt.
Cool.
Okay, hey, Mr. Courage, or just Courage, I suppose.
Just courage would be fine.
How? Let's assume that I'm interested in purchasing some merchandise. Maybe not necessarily this one, but some. How rapidly can I fire these weapons?
Depends on the weapon
Like-
that you get. If you get something with a magazine, obviously you'd be able to have a few charges of, or a few bullets to go through before eventually you have to refill the magazine. If you go with something that's a little bit more of a single shot, you'll have to reload in between shots. If you go with something arcane, you don't really have to worry too much about bullets.
Okay, so this thing that I have here, this is arcane, correct?
Correct.
So how does it work? Because when I hold this bow, and I touch my fingers on the string, I get an arrow, and I'll demonstrate it and hold it at like a half draw. So I can fire this pretty rapidly, and it's helped me bring down many targets in my trade.
Mm-hmm.
Is this going to be anywhere competitive on the fire rate? I realise the velocity and force is a lot higher, I can feel that when using it, but I don't need bullets for this, I understand that, like I don't need arrows for this bow. But is it competitive in shots per minute, shots per every 6 seconds?
The one that you have would be interesting, because I think you're using a magic item in order to get those arrows, correct?
Correct, yes.
Oh, sorry. A little bit of the COVID coming back. The one you're holding doesn't really use bullets traditionally. They use arcane cells.
Oh god.
So I don't believe that you would be able to use an arcane firearm with the magic item that's making your no need for arrows possible. You might have to switch over to a firearm that actually uses bullets in order to keep doing what you're doing.
May I try that?
Yes, you may.
Just for, if nothing else, research purposes.
I'm just gonna roll one more attack for fun.
Go for it.
It's like, this gun just goes off in the background.
Oh, there you go. 11? Yes, because the way you're rolling it. Yeah, you're actually able to hit one of the outer rings of your target at this point.
Nice, I actually hit the target.
But yes, Courage goes and gets you a more not Monday, but a regular rifle. This time he takes the magazine from it because you're attempting to try it without bullets, correct?
Yes.
Okay. But what he does do is he puts a smaller chamber into the bottom of the rifle. That's something that stayed consistent with Monica's as well. There was a smaller chamber and then the magazine. And he hands you that rifle with no magazine in it.
Okay. All right. Let's give it a whirl then, shall we?
All right, roll me to hit with disadvantage.
And I take my aim. With disadvantage.
Hey, not terrible, not terrible. So you fire and you feel that kick. No, it doesn't kick as bad as the arcane one that you had earlier, but you're also anticipating it a little bit more this time. And you see from the barrel of the rifle your Winter Eldrin, so it would be a blue illuminated shot.
Yes.
Similar to how it comes out of your bow. However, you do still see smoke coming from the barrel as if it was fired, as if it just fired a bullet still.
Pull the trigger again.
right, roll again.
Okay, it does go off. Okay. That was more like that was.
In your eagerness to shoot again, you do unfortunately not hit the target, but you're able to shoot again.
Okay. All right. Okay. So it does work.
As
Marvelous.
Ty is firing, Baz is gonna like talk to Courage about all the metal arms and legs and like how they're not from around here and they're very interested in all arms made of metal.
Oh, don't worry, I smelled the outsider on all of you when you first came in. But yes, the metallic limbs have definitely been more of a necessity here, as a lot of the industry and the mining work has caused a lot of loss of limbs, or even some folks around here being born without limbs. Some 80 odd years ago, we had an artisan come over from Vermont with a vision in mind for prosthetics to aid those who didn't have use or didn't have fully functioning limbs. And they are the ones who actually founded Alloyed Arms and Armaments.
Right. Okay.
So, if you manage to get yourself short a limb while you're here, we could definitely sell you one. Why the?
I'll
It's
keep
a
that in
joke.
mind.
It's a joke. It's a joke. Don't not. Why the silence? It's only kidding.
Oh, Baz is very excited.
I
Yes,
Somebody cut that arm off now.
right now.
Puts takes a belt
leather,
off, sticks it
yeah.
in her mouth.
In their mouth.
pulls out the scimitar. Oh,
Oh gods.
just kidding.
All right. Do you all have any more questions? Have we heard from Jevil?
No, Jevil I think died.
Devil's gone.
Oh my good. I'm really worried about Jevil.
I'm sure he's fine.
Yeah.
He's fine. He's definitely fine because I saw his mic flicker a little while ago. Because there was some sound in the background. So maybe something's happened and he's just dealing with something.
Yeah, maybe somebody came over.
I only have one other question. The price of this regular rifle versus the arcane one. What are the prices for either? And
Well,
my back in a few days for a purchase.
the one that you have presently, the non-arcane one, would be about 600 gold pieces.
Oh, it seems like a steal.
The arcane one would be about 1,200 gold pieces.
Seems overpriced. Okay, let me just write that down. Okay, lovely. Thank you. Thank you very much for the information and the trial run. That was and definitely enlightening, if nothing else. I feel maybe I could stand to be a little more accurate with it, but I suppose I didn't start off as a marksman with the bow either.
That's true. Accuracy comes in time.
Yes. Well, we'll see. I may return in a few days. If not, thank you for your time.
Wonderful. And for the shots that you will use today, it would only be about 10 casts.
Do you take copper here?
Yes.
We're a little short on casts at the moment.
10 copper would also do.
Okay.
10 copper it is.
No, that's incorrect. There we go.
Yeah, 69 copper. Nice.
Lol.
All right. And do you guys sorry, with that, do you guys take your leave?
Yes.
I will. And as we get to the door, I'll check the sky once more and then go outside.
Check them out.
the sky, or are you looking for people?
Yep. No, I'm looking up
This guy.
just in case there's a large dragon or something flying about.
I won't lie. I thought you said check this guy.
Yeah, no,
No.
I was about to say, check
Yeah,
this
I'll-
guy. Like,
I'll search him to see if he has anything
No.
in his possession.
Baz is the one checking out courage, guys. Come on.
Hydrate.
Oh, okay, I'll hydrate. Yeah, I can get behind that.
All right, it is getting a little darker now with the mountains itself, where the sun has to set behind the mountains before it normally sets over the horizon. It does get a little darker, a little quicker in DevCast.
All right.
We should probably call it for the night, guys.
Yeah, I think
It is
Yeah.
only about like 5 or 6 p.m. for y'all now.
I still unless there's anything anyone else wants to do, I think we head back because there's some things I think we need to discuss.
yeah, some private things,
Yeah.
like
well-
what Ty's gonna wear on his date.
Yeah.
I mean,
Who's he going on a
I
date with?
not
Vivian.
necessarily like that, but come on, like this is important.
All right.
All right.
Let's head back to the tavern.
Are you guys? How are you guys getting there? You are currently in the market district, which is close to the quarry district. You guys could walk there with Sonar as your guide, but Jebel.
I think we walk.
Yeah.
Yeah, just to take in the sights.
Yeah, that's totally the reason I was thinking. Actually, no, I was.
Baz,
thinking
you okay?
What?
Baz, your neck.
Just does that sometimes. Sorry about it.
That's
Yeah,
when I'm more
no, I
worried
think
about it.
we walk because we might get another chance to spy that tail that we have.
Okay, so now I have a very important question to ask. Are you guys intentionally trying to lure out this tail?
Yes.
Sure, why not?
That's not where I was going with it. I was intentionally trying to check, but yeah, all right, bollocks, let's go for it. We'll lure him out. We'll have it.
Yeah, if you guys
mid
like
check,
want, you could
yeah.
definitely take like, back paths and like less populated places back to the tavern.
Yeah, we take a really long and obscure route, making it to make it look like we don't really know where we're going
Okay,
or
and
not quite how to get there.
with Sonar's familiarity with DevCast, you guys could definitely do that. I will say it will extend your guys' travel time a bit though.
It's only 5
Yeah, that's
o'clock. We
fine.
can do like.
Yeah, it's only 5. We could
Well,
just
I
come
suppose
back
how long
for
is the
dinner.
walk anyway?
The walk itself probably would have taken like 30 or 40 minutes, but doing it
well,
this way, it would
yeah.
probably take like an hour and 40 minutes. Oh, I saw Jeffel's thing light up for a second.
Jeffel? Jeffel, are you alive?
Hello?
Yeah, we can extend the walk, right? We're okay with this.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh god.
oh my
back.
god!
No.
Oh, Jeffel, your mic is dead.
Oh, I can hear something.
Yeah, I can hear.
I had to server mute that.
Okay.
I could hear him slightly, like very, very slight.
We'll
Hang on,
we'll
hang
have
on,
to
Good now?
get him to type in
Hello?
the chat. Oh,
There
there
we
we
go.
go.
There
Where
we
have you
go.
been?
Sorry about that. Sorry, I'm not sure what happened.
We were worried about.
Wait, have you been here the whole time but not here?
Oh,
Yeah.
well, do you want to fire a gun?
Yeah, do you want to
Yeah.
fire a gun before we leave?
Sure. Why not? I'll fire a gun.
Big beefy shotgun for our Dragonborn
Yeah.
friend.
Do you want a rifle? Do you want a pistol, a revolver, or a shotgun? What are you on for?
Shotgun.
All right. You are gonna roll me a ranged weapon attack at disadvantage.
I'll be so upset if you're so good at this.
Rolls a nat 20 on both rolls.
Yeah, it's like 2 nat 20s.
It's happened.
Alrighty.
Yeah, Ficus did it, didn't he, when he was beating up a bird?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, stun that
Ranged
poor.
weapon attack. Ranged weapon. Where am I gonna look? Where am I
Are you proficient in dexterity? Or are you
No.
proficient in ranged weapons? No? So it's going to be a
No.
d20 plus your dexterity.
D20 plus dexterity.
At
okay.
disadvantage.
At disadvantage. Wow.
You also got a negative?
Advantage.
That
Well.
that 20?
Are you fucking serious?
Okay, no,
Yes.
this is... Are you fucking kidding me?
Double nat 20s. Fucking
Hacks,
called
he
it.
cheated. I demand that he cheated.
Why?
You spoke it into existence, Bubble. I don't know
What kind of chuck wagon is this?
Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, didn't Bubble say that Ficus was gonna roll a nat 20 on his thing, and then it happened also?
I can't
Yes, I think I
recall.
did.
I can't recall.
I probably did because it's normally how it happens.
So,
Oh, well.
Bubble, I'm just
With
saying, man.
with the
Speak
most
more nat 20s
professional.
into existence.
Yeah, Sinar, roll me 2d8, I guess.
Rolls max damage.
Actually, I guess
destroys the
technically
target.
4d8 because of the crit.
I'm not saying anything. Absolutely not.
Rolls max damage.
All right.
No, not quite.
Almost.
That's okay.
Sinar, it's been a number of years since you've been with the DevCast military, but firearms have been around with DevCast for a while. And as part of your military training, you have been experienced with firearms at one point. So it takes you a second and a little bit of courage's instructions to get back into how to handle a firearm, but once you do, it's like riding a bike. And you guys watch as a spark, like an orange spark, comes from the muzzle of this shotgun, and you see a smattering of small metal rounds come from the barrel of the shotgun and absolutely shred and tear the target in front of Sinar.
We got a natural on our hands. He's better
Well,
at firearms than Tyrant.
Ty, you could learn a thing or two from Sinar over here.
Yeah, to be fair, to give some credit where credit is due, shotguns shut up. Shotguns are very good at close range encounters, and much like Fireball, they're more so addressed to whom it may concern.
Yes, my favorite words.
Well, yeah. My God, I am impressed, Sinar.
So am I.
Thank you for the raid, Pikachu. Welcome on in, everyone.
Maybe I think maybe we have. I think maybe a new choice of weapon could be up your street.
Oh, absolutely not. I'm much more reliable with my swords.
Oh, that looked pretty,
Okay.
pretty reliable.
Well,
Alright.
a fluke once is still a fluke.
A broken clock is right twice a day.
That is true. Okay. I guess if you're not buying one, I don't want to fire again. We'll go to the. We're luring out that tail, by the way, in case you didn't catch
Yes.
that part.
So you guys are going to be intentionally taking the long way back to your inn and going through back alleys in order to lure out the tail.
Am I tailing again, or are we just all going in a group?
No,
No,
I think we're all
stay.
just going.
Okay.
Stay with the group this time. I've got an idea that might work as it gets more dark.
Okay. As you guys go and walk through these alleyways, hold on, let me see. Do I have music for?
Yeah, do you have dark alleyway music?
Do I have dark alleyway music?
Probably. Somewhere.
Gods, I haven't heard some of these sounds in a while. I have no idea what they sound like anymore. What do you sound like?
Yes.
That seems a little too dark and ominous.
That's fine.
I can't even hear it.
Yeah, that's
Alright, that might be a bit much. Yeah.
that's culty.
Yeah. Oh, this might
That's
be okay.
I was gonna say that's a decent one.
Nah, I don't like it. I'm liking this one a little more.
Okay. Sounds. I mean, it's like the kind of walkway traffic, isn't it? Is that what it sounds like? Like a cart going past?
A little bit.
I mean, there'll be a cart in Devcast, right? Although maybe not in a back alleyway, there won't be. Actually.
We'll roll with it for now. We'll roll with it for now. So yes, as you guys do your best to avoid crowds and to stick in the dark alleyways to possibly draw out this tale or make it difficult for somebody to follow you without being noticed. You okay, Baz?
No, that was me.
Oh, are you okay?
Yeah, I just had a thing in my throat.
Okay. Are you guys keeping active perceptions?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think it's probably best.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oop,
Feel
wrong
free to
mouse.
roll me perception, everybody.
Okay.
I will also roll
21.
perception, even though-
Oh, maybe. I mean, I might not bother if you one.
I mean,
21.
Christ.
can we get another one? No.
Sorry, we got a couple more chances.
Come on, Baz. Hit the 20 squad.
I think they might be engaged with something else.
You gonna roll me perception there, Baz?
I don't know. They're on mute, so they might not be here.
My God. What did I read?
I also just had to read it. It's cute. It's cute. I'm already married though, so unfortunately I'm not taking applications at the moment. You still there, Bananas? Are you muted?
They are, yes.
All right. Well, Monica and Tyrandel are keeping a keen eye to any other jutting off alleyways, any dark corners, any awnings above them, or even on the rooftops now and again. You guys, your ears twitch as you hear the faintest sound, or you hear small creatures or rats running alongside you. You see the occasional person as you are often taking these alleyways and these back roads. You'll see people enjoying like a smoke break or something around the back door of a shop. But as you guys continue on and you take about this, 2-ish hours walk back to the quench tank, you start noticing less and less people around you. And Monica and Ty, you catch something around a corner. But almost like earlier, you blink and you miss it.
Okay. Are they, as a point of reference, are they in front of where we're going, or always off to the side, walking level with the group?
They are. So I imagine you guys are currently in a back path right now behind some shops with some alleyways or nooks and crannies between other storefronts. You see something shift around a corner in front of you guys, probably about 15 feet in front of you.
Okay.
But there are some like alleyways and entrances like on either side of you, leading in the grooves between shops at the moment.
Okay. So if we were, let's say, if someone was looking straight down the alleyway at the group, group was walking, would they be able to see them for a while?
Yes, if somebody was standing in the alleyway looking at you guys ahead of you, you'd be able to see them.
Okay. For the record, changing the mic didn't help.
Yeah.
But
I hate it here.
I get what you're saying. So yes, the sight lines are quite long enough to have some sort of view.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So I'll sort of walk. I'll kind of walk close in with the group. What do we what do we think about the idea of we'll take a corner and I'll hide in the dark and look because I'm quite good at hiding. And I'll just watch to see if I can get a better view of what's moving about here.
Is it a very small alleyway?
It's a little bit on the narrower side for you guys right now.
I reckon we just look for like a place I can maybe dip to the side after we round a corner, like quickly after we round a corner. I might be able to hide well enough, you know. And if not, it just looks like I've left the group and we're done for the night.
The only issue with that is if they round the corner, you're there, and they become hostile. We won't necessarily know that that's going on.
Again, I do agree, but okay.
I mean, I have an idea, but it involves them actually coming after me specifically.
Just to confirm, you guys have kind of stopped to plan, correct?
I'd like to keep a slow pace if we're able to keep walking slowish.
Okay, okay.
Because I don't want to stop because that looks suspicious.
Yeah.
Right? Do we want to stop?
No.
Okay. So what's your play then, Monica?
Well, I have a spell that can entrap at least 3 to. I assume they're small. They count as basically like a smaller creature.
We know that, but I suppose you could assume that.
You
You
can
could assume
if you
whatever,
want.
right?
So I have a spell. So do again. How many can go in there? I can restrain 4 medium creatures or smaller creatures or 1 large creature within it if they come after us.
Yeah.
I think
although-
you and I are both thinking the same thing.
Like I could potentially entrap the pursuers if they come after us, and we can restrain them.
Can you
Okay.
all do me a favor?
Idea. Uh-oh.
Can you all make Constitution saving throws?
What the heck?
No,
Hello?
Hello.
actually,
Okay,
don't-
I don't know what the heck just happened.
Is this a gas effect?
It is. So you have advantage, Monica.
I'm fucking dead.
Hold on, just a second. I think there's something I have here.
16,
Okay.
and I am readying the spell.
Okay, there we go. My internet just decided to poo-poo on me for a second.
Oh, not fun.
Yeah, I was like, oh yeah, we should do Monica's idea. I think I know what spell she's gonna use because I have it too.
I'm asking
And
everyone to
then,
make a
like-
Constitution saving throw.
I'm waiting because Sonar said that he might have something. So in case it is relevant, I will wait because I don't have a very good constitution.
Could I make a reaction to throw the mask at somebody?
Unfortunately, no.
Hold on.
You would have to
Damn.
fish it out of your bag of holding, and you can't do
Shame.
that and ready a spell at the same time. And also, it would
Unfortunately.
probably take too long for them to catch the mask and get it up to their face.
Yeah. So it looks like it's only
Um,
holding a spell time.
Did you say so? Constitution saving throw, correct?
Yes, please.
They are. Everyone's in within 10 feet of me.
I don't know. We'd be
I would
very
assume
close.
so,
if
I
we
mean, I
wanted
assume
to
we're all
be.
together.
I would
Yeah.
say so. Is this something that just intrinsically is always on you, or is this something that you have to have activated?
Always on me.
Okay.
I'll put it in chat.
Okay. Make a saving throw against the bonus of equal to your charisma modifier.
'Kay.
Okay.
Oh, so mine's an
everybody's got a
18
plus.
then.
Yes, everybody's got a +3.
Okay.
Oh,
Plus-
plus 3? Never mind, 19.
15.
15,
Okay.
Oh,
23.
Ah, don't worry about it. Oh my god.
23.
Did we all just save?
I don't know. Sonar, you rolled.
Yes, Jebel 14 there. So 14 is 17 total.
17, I think. Yes.
All
I
right.
could be in danger.
And Coringa was a total of 19 with that +3 there.
Yes, 19.
All right. As you guys are discussing and as your movement has slowed, as you're trying to plan how to approach this figure that you saw faintly behind a corner about 15 feet in front of you, suddenly, in a flurry of quick movements, you guys hear loud bangs near your feet as suddenly you're all enveloped in smoke. Instinctively, you all are on high alert, and you breathe in the smog. Everybody, sorry, I'm just going to say Bubble and Jevel. As soon as you breathe in the smoke, you feel almost like lightning and fire going through your entire body. Not only that, but your lungs feel like they are on fire. You have this terrible pain and scratching in the back of your throat, and you guys are incapacitated. You guys fall down. Everyone else, you also get that feeling of just fire and lightning throughout your body, but you're able to stay awake. Your vision is obscured. You can't see anything in front of you. You can't take an action with a disadvantage at the moment. And you all take, including those who are incapacitated, 17 damage.
Ow.
Which is halved for me.
Halved for those who, are resistant to poison.
Okay.
Wait, so if I'm resistant and make the save, is that half of a half, or is it just still half?
Your necklace of adaptation, does it specify that you're resistant to poison?
I believe it does, yeah.
Well, we're gonna find out. Just to double check.
Because it's all like it includes like cloud spells, so like cloud kill and all that, and cloud kills poison.
No, it says you have advantage on saving throws made against harmful gases and vapors. It does not say that you're resistant to poison.
Alright,
so
I wasn't sure.
You take the full 17 still.
Even saving?
Did you say this is poison?
Yes. Do you have resistance to poison?
Fantastic. No,
Yeah,
well, first of all, I do have resistance to poison. Second of all, I've got lay on hands.
Third of all, you are knocked the fuck out.
No, I'm not. I survived.
Yeah, you're not dead, but you failed the Constitution saving throw. You're incapacitated.
Oh, I misheard what you said then. My bad.
No, I did the same thing until I double checked the rolls. I thought she'd said everybody except for Bubble and
Bubble and Sonar, you guys are considered incapacitated. Everybody present takes 17 damage as this nerve gas fills your lungs.
Right. Okay, that's
so it's not sleep then by any chance.
No, it's not
That's
sleep.
Unfortunate.
It's not sleep. Basically, your guys' nerves are being attacked right now, and you guys just didn't have a strong enough constitution to stay standing. You guys are knocked the fuck out right now. Those who are able to stay standing, you guys have disadvantage on everything for the next, 8 hours.
Jesus.
But you guys, through blinks as your eyes well with tears from the pain and the gas, you see visions for a moment of masked faces, goggles, and respirators close to or almost similar in make to the one that you guys grabbed from the reflection shop earlier that day. And you feel tugs and pulls on your person. Do you guys want to resist in any way, shape, or form?
Oh God, yes.
I am casting Watery Sphere.
Where are you casting Watery Sphere?
Right on top of the person who grabbed me, so we are both in this goddamn sphere.
Okay, so you're casting it at your feet, essentially?
Basically.
How big is this sphere?
The sphere itself is...
Everyone's drowning.
Yeah.
10 feet off the ground, 5 foot radius.
5 foot radius?
10-foot diameter.
Yeah, so everybody is going to get in it. You,
Only four
your
only four
allies.
medium creatures.
Okay.
So in order of who actually got put in first, everyone has to roll a strength check.
Oh god.
What if
I'm
we're
incapacitated, so I guess I
Oh,
can't.
I'm incapacitated.
I'm
So you
assuming I
guys
can't
automatically
roll, so
fail
I
your
just
strength
fail,
checks.
right?
Yeah.
Wait, who was all incapacitated?
I
The
am.
funny thing is, we confirmed that all of your allies are within a 10-foot radius of you right now, thanks to Sinar's
Yeah.
ability.
No,
did.
no, I'm just saying. I heard 3 people say they were, but only 2 people are.
Yeah, I am. And
I am.
Yeah.
Does that
Yeah.
also count for a small creature?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, here's mine.
Yeah, you made your save. You
Oh,
get thrust
plus
out.
And also, Karinga, if you're trying to get enemies, you're going to have to roll me a perception check to see if you can actually see these enemies at disadvantage.
Have a negative to strength, guys.
yeah, but you could still pass.
Yeah, and I think Karinga specified only 4 figures. So let's see if Karinga can actually get
Yeah.
enemies in this first. Roll me
Hold
your
on,
perception
let
at
me-
disadvantage. And also the DC is going to be exceptionally high because of the smoke
I
bomb.
nat one it.
Yeah, so the 4 creatures that you get into this are essentially your allies.
Stop drowning everyone.
So Llama passed a strength check. Bananas failed
Oh
their
wait, no,
strength
don't
check.
I have disadvantage? So I have.
Oh
to...
yes, you have to re-roll.
Yep. You're right.
You're right. You're right.
Okay.
No,
I,
for
assu-
everyone.
Oh,
I
better.
assume this is against my strength.
This would be
because I
against
don't-
your spell DC.
That's my spell DC. It's 13.
So yeah.
And those
I
are
have-
hers.
Okay, so her passes.
Her is okay.
So I have
and
to roll
Sinar,
mine too.
yeah, roll yours too. You pass. So Tyrandel, Sinar, and Baz are the ones that get swept up into your watery sphere.
You also said they were grabbing people, so they should also.
But you can only target 4 creatures, which you weren't able to see any enemy creatures because of your perception check, which you had to take at
Does it-
disadvantage.
Does it target them? I think it just targets whoever's within the range, and
Okay,
they just
I'm
get
gonna
knocked
pull
out.
up the spell myself because you said that you have to target 4 creatures.
No. The sphere can restrain a maximum number. I didn't say it targets them. Any creature in the sphere, sphere space must make a saving throw. And a creature is ejected from that space to the nearest unoccupied space outside. A huge or large creature succeeds automatically on a failed save, is restrained by the sphere, and is engulfed by the water. At the end of each turn, the restrained target can repeat the saving throw. It doesn't say targeting. It just
Hold on,
says
I gotta read this
within it.
myself because unfortunately I did not retain any information you said. I'm more of a visual person.
Yeah.
Failed save.
I was gonna say if I could target people, that'd be.
Gotcha. I was under the impression that you said you could only hold up to 4 people.
Yeah, no, the sphere itself can just hold up to people, but it's one giant sphere.
Okay. D20 plus 4. And also.
So we have 2 people already in it, so
Yeah, 2 people or 3 people because Baz has already failed theirs.
yeah.
Jesus.
That one person. How many of these people are there?
There's a
Should we
number.
do
Enough.
should we do an initiative for whoever gets into the bubble first? Because I think it knocks people out if more people go in it.
I will say it will prioritize your allies, unfortunately, because they are all technically at disadvantage right now.
Yeah, fair enough.
Oh, it's just a random creature that's already restrained by the sphere falls out. So if it
Okay,
ex-
so
if it
with any
exceeds the
luck, you
number,
can move it on to more enemies and bump the rest of us out.
yeah, basically.
Yeah, and honestly, can I get you to roll a dexterity saving throw at disadvantage there, Karinga? Because technically, I've got to see how quick your reflexes are in the situation.
Oh, this is gonna be bad.
If you drown me,
Oh, sorry, a dexterity check, not saving throw.
I won't let him drown you.
9.
I hope not.
Okay.
Can I?
At disadvantage, so roll again, please. Okay.
Oh, nothing's gonna help me there.
I think that's the first time I've ever seen it say 0.
Yeah, I have a -1.
Yeah. So as the smoke envelops you all, and as Sinar and Tyrandel convulse and fall to the ground, and as you guys again through watery eyes try to get an assessment on the situation, you see these glimpses and flashes of people, and you feel tugging at your person, at your clothes, at your coin purses. Monica summons forth this watery sphere and slams it to the ground, enveloping all of you. But by the time the dust has settled, you see, Monica, that unfortunately your sphere only really grabbed your allies.
Damn.
Oh God! What was my eyes burn? Where is everybody? Sound off if you're still alive. What?
Release the sphere.
All right.
Actually, can I just like forcefully eject people out of it? Can I choose to do that? I'll just end the spell. I don't want to figure all that out right now.
Do I take any fall damage for being dropped from a sphere?
No, I'm not gonna make it.
No, it's
Although
only
I will
5
say,
feet
y'all's
off
eyes
the
are
ground,
probably
or 10
clear.
feet.
'Cause
Yeah, I've had my eyes washed by a water sphere.
Also, my lungs.
Well, yeah,
Everything else.
but still incapacitated, right? We don't. We're incapacitated for as long as I guess the thing says.
Yeah, you guys are incapacitated at the moment.
Yep.
Do I have?
Bury me with my stuff.
So yes, as the dust settles and as the watery sphere drops, and you guys have a moment finally with clear air and waterlogged lungs, gasp and cough and spew water. Do your best to right yourselves. You see that Sinar and Tyrandel are incapacitated on the ground, and you guys are left in the alley by yourselves.
well, that wasn't a good idea.
If anyone wanted to roll a medicine check, they might be able to.
I was
help
gonna start
Sinar and
doing
Ty.
cure wounds over on Titan.
No, I got it. I got it. I'm going to
Dun.
use my night ability. I heal 1d10, and then everybody within 60 feet of me heals my level in HP whenever I second wind. So I'm
I give
second
up.
winding, and everybody gets 4 HP.
4 HP. Okay.
Yep.
Coringa or Monica, distraught at falling for this trap and not being able to do anything with your watery sphere, unfortunately, you are not in the right of mind to properly perform a medicine check right now.
So I get 9, everybody else gets 4.
Okay.
It is gonna be the bad roll day.
But that's
Apparently.
everybody.
This four might save me.
Yeah, you guys aren't dying. You just basically you guys had a pain overload and your body was just like, I don't want to feel that anymore, and just shut the human off for a second, or shut you off for a second.
Someone drag me to the bar.
Actually, I don't even know if I'm good at medicine. Am I good at medicine? No, I'm not. I'm terrible at medicine.
Oh my god.
Anybody else want to make a medicine check?
Anybody with high wisdom?
I can try. I'm not good at medicine.
Just come up and chest pump me a few times or something.
I would love to, because I do have proficiency in medicine.
There we go. Baz, you're able to bend down, you're able to check them and assess them, you're able to make sure that their lungs are clear, and after a little over a minute, finally your guys' consciousness comes back to you. You guys are a lot damper than you remember
around.
being.
Wake up!
What happened? Am I sweating?
I'm gonna go up to Tyrandel as he's still laying there and just be like, Ty, oh my god! Dude, you'll never believe this! We're dead! This is what heaven looks like! You're dead right now!
I'm in fucking hell. What do you... I'm I'm not dead. What are you talking? What
No, we're
happened?
all dead. Yeah. I saw a bright light, and then my eyes started burning, and next thing you know,
That sounds like death.
yeah.
Why? Why am I wet?
I'm gonna say you will live another day as I cast mass healing word.
Oh wow.
Oh, what?
It's 1d4 plus my spellcasting ability modifier. Is that the same as my spell attack bonus? Or is that my charisma?
Your spell ability
I think
modifier
it's
is your
my
charisma.
So
Yeah.
it's 1d4 plus 3. Well, that's a 4.
You guys are
Okay,
you guys are
that's okay.
really fucking rattled. 1d4
That's
plus
okay.
3, yeah, 4 total. Okay.
Right. So, what? I immediately check to see if my things are there.
Yeah, investigation check and myself to see if there's anything.
All right. As you guys start patting yourselves down, Baz, Monica, Sinar, Tyrandel, your coin purses aren't there. And Monica, more importantly, your bag of holding isn't there.
Oh, we about to throw hands.
Wait, what'd they steal from me?
You
I'm gonna
haven't
look for her.
you haven't used your coin purse.
I
You
don't
haven't-
have any money.
You haven't paid for something. The people
Yeah, I don't
watching
have
you
any
didn't
money.
know where to grab.
Is her still there?
Yes, her is still there.
Oh, thank God. That's all I care about. Fuck everything.
Her is a little rattled by the whole experience, but and is cuddling closely into your neck and under your chin.
Now's a bad time to say we shouldn't have got travel insurance.
Yep.
You should what?
We should have got travel insurance.
Yeah. Yeah. But hindsight is 20/20, as they say.
Terrible,
Let's
yeah.
just get the fuck out of here.
Oh gosh, I suppose.
Oh, do I see, before we leg it for a, well, I assume a tavern, but, it doesn't have to be, right? Because we've got the,
I mean, we don't have any
Door.
money.
no, we've got the door, we just need a door.
The key that was in Monica's bag of holding?
Motherfucker!
Yeah.
Actually, let me rephrase. We only have 10 gold pieces. That's all we got.
I had so much money, guys. So
Oh,
much money.
All my magic items are basically gone.
I'm gonna pull out my coin pouch. Hey guys, look! My 10 golds is still here! Woohoo!
Do I see on the floor any, footprints that have been through the water from an unknown source of which I'm not certain where it came from? no one will tell me.
What's your favorite enemy again?
Me? Literally everything. Hold on, I'll find out.
Literally everything.
Well, it's not dragons, but I'm thinking maybe it should be at some point.
Oh my god!
Right.
I think I automatically get proficiency against the dragons.
Okay, where are we? It is. It is. It is.
Mm-hmm.
Undead and humanoids being humans, orcs, and goblins.
Alright, not only do you have proficiency in tracking humanoids, you are also in your favorite terrain. Feel free to take survival at advantage.
Where's that? Under the S
No, it would be
column.
regular,
Can I,
because don't we
can I
still have
slap a
disadvantage
guidance
for 8
on
hours?
my boy's back?
Oh yes, thank you. So it would be regular because you have disadvantage.
Okay.
Can I slap a guidance on his
right.
back?
So,
What was that, Krinka?
yeah.
Can I slap a guidance on his back?
Yeah, sure, go for it.
So is this? I've just got to ask: is this related to the terrain for a natural explorer or a person? Because if it's I mean, it would be advantage for the favored enemy, but disadvantage because we're blind or poisoned or whatever. But I get to add double proficiency bonus on a terrain. So am I tracking the terrain or the person?
The
Is
person.
I'm asking. Person? Okay.
I
So it'd be a
also
straight
before
roll.
you do that,
Yeah.
since I'm awake now,
Need a D4.
can I
19.
use lay on? Can I use lay on hands in order to neutralize the poison?
Does lay on hands neutralize poison?
It does. If you use 5 HP from the pool, you can neutralize 1 poison effect.
Ooh.
Lay
I
on
mean,
hands is a
yeah,
cool
you're
spell.
awake. You can do that.
Fantastic. I will, if you want, I can post it in the chat here.
Oh, for sure. I'm looking it up right now.
Just put it there.
And is that for one person, the person that you use lay on hands?
Yes.
I'm assuming. Okay, cool. So Ty, you would get advantage then.
Okay. So I'll just roll a second time. Less good.
Okay, so 17 plus 2 is a total of 19.
Correct.
All right. You do see foot tracks in the now muddied looking streets thanks to the watery sphere.
Right. We're going after them.
You
Agreed.
literally have poison.
Agreed.
I
They
don't
hurt
care.
my baby. They're going to die.
You don't have to tell me twice.
We don't.
I love
We don't
death
have to-
missions. Let's
We
go.
don't have to. Listen. We don't have to involve ourselves in any unnecessary conflict. We just need to know where they're hiding, and we can come back at a different point.
Nope,
They must
Rob.
have come from somewhere they must have been operating, but if the situation is favourable, we can probably... I look down and my weapon's still there.
Yes, your weapons are still there.
We can probably deal with the situation, though I don't know... I don't want to murder someone in the streets of Devcast.
Can I send a message to police captain dude? I forget his name.
Ross?
The one with the arms. Yeah, that
I'll
one.
go over us.
You could.
And my message is just gonna say, we just got mugged. Anyway, you can help us out.
It takes a moment for you to get a response, but eventually you hear back. I'm in the middle of dinner.
I need to bring
But-
us some.
Sure. Meet me at the station.
Ross can help us.
That's probably a much better channel to go down. Yeah, maybe we. Yeah, we should do that. We'll go and meet with
Yeah.
Ross.
Oh
About-
no.
You know, I
have
had
an-
an idea.
I have an idea.
So many
We've
ideas.
all got ideas, okay?
Oh no.
We s-
Oh no. Oh no.
Okay, hold on. We have 2 ideas here. Jev will go first.
Bez,
Yeah.
you take one half of the group. Go meet up with Ross. I will stick with Tivendell, and we follow his lead. We follow the trail because I know that
Do
Please.
not engage if you don't have to.
if we don't have to, absolutely.
We won't.
If they've got a
Don't
base
worry.
nearby, that's fine. But they could be leaving once they realize how much cash they hoard.
I wasn't carrying that much anyway. Fine.
Wasn't it like 10,000 gold?
Yes.
So good news and bad news.
All right.
Bad news. They killed the baby.
What?
Better not.
Whoa.
My Drake companion only has 5 health. I just realized that poison cloud would have affected him too. That's 17 damage. Even halved, he would still be gone because as soon as he is reduced to 0 HP, he dematerializes.
And
So
her
I go to
respawn-
check
okay.
for her.
Yeah.
I go to check for her, and her is missing. As far as I know, her has been kidnapped.
Well, her was originally spawned from a wooden carving, correct?
Right. But if I
So the
can't,
wooden-
if I don't know where the wooden carving is because it was in my person and it's fallen to the ground because now it's innate,
Yes. Well,
I'm not going to know where it is.
Well, Tyrandel is inspecting the tracks and whatnot. Tyrandel probably would have spotted the small wooden Drake carving.
Okay. I'm just saying.
They-
I was like, oh
Yes.
god, they just got rid of her. Oh, it's fight time now.
It's not
Can
about
I-
us throwing hands.
Can I technically track them via scent as a wolf?
You would have advantage on scent, yes. Or it would be straight roll because because of the poison effect.
I thought I wasn't poisoned.
No,
You
everybody
were,
got
but you
poisoned.
yeah, everybody got poisoned,
No,
but you
you-
didn't get incapacitated.
I neutralized the poison
In Tyrandel,
In-
yes.
Yeah, and tie.
in everyone.
Oh, you went
I
and
thought
did
that's-
lay on hands on everybody? You took 5 and 5 and 5 and 5 and 5?
I thought so. I thought that's what you asked earlier.
Alright, well,
My
sorry.
bad.
I misunderstood. Okay, well then yes, if you've neutralized everybody's poison, then yes, Monica, going into wolf form would help you track.
Bet. We gonna do that.
Alright, so who's going to go meet up with Ross at the station? It has to be Baz, because
Baz.
Monica seems to be on the tracking party. It just makes more sense for you guys to both have a means of communication back and forth. Baz and whom?
Well, I guess
Baz and Baz.
I guess I'm gonna go with Baz.
Okay, Baz and Walter. And is it Tyrandel, Sinara, and Monica who are going to be tracking?
Actually, you know what? I will also go with Baz because I'm big and hulking. I'm not good with tracking.
Okay, so
This was-
Tyrandel and Monica would be tracking?
What's your fucking idea?
Baz is small and has just been mugged and is like, ah.
This was your idea, Sonar.
Well, in that case, we should have one tanky person with each member of the with each party member.
Yes.
I
Walter should go with the tracking team, I think.
Yeah,
I think so.
we need a person that can send a message on either end as well, so
Yeah,
this
so-
works.
Well, we have Monica.
Sorry about that.
Alright.
Yeah, this okay, so this works.
And keen point to put out for, especially for those who are going to be traveling towards the police station, you guys will not be able to use teleportation pads or get transport bots or caravan
Unless you
bots.
rob someone, of course.
Because you guys don't have any money. So unless you can sweet talk, you're going to have to be walking everywhere.
I'm real good at sweet talking, guys.
I have
Here we
10
go.
gold. That's all I got.
Give me
I
a
don't know if that'll
second.
help.
Give me a moment here. I got you.
I don't know
Alright.
if 10 gold would help.
I mean,
10 gold's still 10 gold.
yeah, 10 gold would help.
Oh,
you
while
could, you
they're
could
doing
give them
that.
2 gold and they'd be able to at least get a teleportation to the proper district in order to get to the department.
I mean, if I'm the only one with money, it's I've kind of got to.
I mean, you
I'm-
don't.
If you
I'm
guys
just
want
gonna hand-
expediency, it's going to take them a little bit to get there if they're walking.
I'm just gonna hand them over my small sack of gold and be like, "Here, you guys can probably, I don't know how much stuff is here. Just use that. I hope it helps."
Baz
Bring
holding
change
a little
back.
tiny sack of money and just crying about all their lost money.
Like change. Okay, I start off in the direction following a trail
Alright.
while it's still fresh.
Okay. Monica, roll me a perception with advantage because it's a smell-based thing with a wolf. Ty, roll me survival for tracking at advantage because of your favored terrain and not your favorite terrain,
23.
your favored hunting person thing.
Okay.
Walter, are you contributing in any way, shape, or form?
I'm just following. My
Oh, wow.
favorite enemy is Faye for a reason. So
Now would be a fantastic point to remind folks that Jebel, you still have a guaranteed plus 10 to give to somebody, and Tyrannil, you have a D10 that you can give to somebody. Well, I guess it wouldn't help you in this situation because you can't give it to
Oh, good.
yourself.
Yeah, I
But
can't give it to me. I think
I mean, a
23 is
30
probably fine.
I mean, a 33 would go pretty far.
Yeah, I think 23 is probably above the necessary cap for this particular investigation.
Yeah.
all right, Monica quickly taking wolf form, the familiar visage of the dark furred wolf with white spots throughout its body now and again. You immediately put your nose to the ground. Your senses cleared thanks to Sonara's lay on hands and alleviating you of the poison. You
You muted for like a second. And you muted again.
I'm not muted again.
Oh, I was gonna say, on my end, you were still talking on the screen. I'm like, oh god.
She's just over there seething with anger at the
I
moment.
am. I'm very much seething with anger. But yes, quickly putting your nose to the ground, your cleared senses, thanks to Sonar, you are able to pick up a scent that is familiar to the person who brushed against you and shoved past you. And also the scent of your coin purse.
Smells like money.
I remember the smell of my money.
All right, Baz and Sonar are making your way to the closest teleportation pad. And going off to the market district, running back to the station as quickly as possible. You see standing outside, a little impatient, his foot kind of tapping with his hands on his hips, but a rifle on his back and 2 pistols on his sides.
Baz and Sonar still soaking wet. Just like
Still very moist, yes. Please make sure to deduct 2 gold from the borrowed 10 that Walter gave you.
Oh yeah, I forgot it was still damp.
Ross looks over as you guys are running up. All right. Was this your first night in DevCast and you get robbed?
second.
Oh, made it to your second. What did you lose? And you see him pull from one of his thigh pouches. You see him pull out a notepad, and his right mechanical arm. You see some parts move and shift, and you see a pen emerge from the arm, and he grabs it between his fingers and gets ready to start writing.
Rough estimation, probably about 40,000 gold.
You see him stop halfway through scrawling.
Job pays well.
I'm sorry. What?
Probably around 40,000 gold. Snar, how much were you carrying? Snar died.
Oh, Sinar gone again?
No.
Unless your mic is just acting up against
I
our...
was carrying. Sorry. I was carrying about 9,500 on me.
I was carrying 12. I know Try had around 10. Monica probably had around the same amount. So yeah, probably around.
No, I only have
40,000 gold.
3,000.
Oh, I was wrong.
You're
not here, it's fine.
This is
40,000.
Baz's estimate. Yeah, 40,000 gold. Okay.
And also a bag of holding with some very valuable items inside.
Lots of magic items. Yes,
Dangerous magical items.
that's true.
Oh, right.
She put in there dangerous.
Can you please go over the details of the robbery?
Well, you see.
I will let her. I was incapacitated.
We were trying to track the tail that's been following us since we left the store. We were trying to draw them out, and then I don't really know what happened because I was on the phone after that.
Oh, okay. Baz, you would be able to note that you guys heard a clattering and then a loud bang, and then you were enveloped with smoke, and that's when your lungs felt like you're on fire.
I came back to when we were drowning.
All right.
Not drowning, restrained.
So, basically, a smoke grenade went off with a nerve gas in it, and while you guys were lost in that, that's when the assailants went in, grabbed your items, and then got out before your senses came back to you, before the smoke dissipated. And the reason you're damp is because Monica tried to reactionary watery sphere to grab any of the assailants, and unfortunately her reactions were not fast enough.
And
So
I tell Ross our story.
okay, you go on about that, and you see him tap the pen to the notepad a few times as he's going through a memorized catalog. Yep, that MO sounds a little familiar.
Oh, fantastic. We were robbed by a notable gang.
I wouldn't really call them a notable gang. They're a group of ruffians, for sure, who have a little bit of a... They're small time. They're harmless, mostly.
They were small time until they robbed 40,000 gold.
Yeah, they're about to be a group of nothing.
This is... Yeah.
Oh yeah, and the other half of our team is tracking them right now.
Oh, okay. So we should move quickly then, so that hopefully anger isn't taken out on this, group of.
I cannot promise that Ty will not murder some of them.
Monica is seething furious because of all her magical
Or
items in
Monica.
that bag.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you know where your allies are right now?
I can tell you in a minute. No message, Ty. Where you at?
Ty, Monica.
I've probably got no fucking idea, right? I'm just
Yeah.
in a back street somewhere.
You guys are tracking. You guys are following Monica closely. Tyrandel, you're also doing your best to keep up with the foot traffic. But as you guys get to more well-traveled streets, a combination of the well-carved stone from being a mountain-based city and the numerous amounts of people on the streets, you kind of lose the footprints. But Monica, with her keen senses, are still very much on the trail. You guys eventually, however, stop at a teleportation pad.
Fuck. When do I? Well, at what point do I get this message? Where are we?
Probably as
In
you guys are
Hudson.
getting up on this teleportation pad.
We're at a teleportation pad somewhere. It looks like they went
I think
through
we're
it.
in the quarry, right? I can't say that thing.
I don't know, Baz. I've never fucking been here.
Are there signs? Ask someone.
I mean, ask the guy.
Ask for directions, you man!
Okay, I look about. Is there a sign or something like a large structure of note?
You'll probably know at this point. You're still in the market district.
Okay, I'm in the market district.
I'll look at Ross. Is there only one teleportation circle in the market district?
There tends to be only one major teleportation pad in all the districts. If this is
Perfect.
the group that I think it is, are your allies able to use the teleportation circle? Do you guys have any, like...
They don't have any money.
Oh, boy. Okay. Tell them... Okay, tell them to stay there. Let us go to the nearest teleportation pad. We'll meet up with them. I'll pay your guys' way. You guys will get me back once we get back your fucking purses.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And
I
Ross...
stand there waiting for a response.
And I'm assuming the scent stops at the teleport.
Wait.
So I'm just taking
Yes,
my
the
boat back to
teleport,
my
yeah.
tail.
The scent stops at the
Waiting.
teleport.
Instead, tell them to stay there, so I assume we'll be like, stay where you are. Don't move.
Right. All right.
As you guys are standing here on the teleportation pad waiting after receiving Baz's instruction, you see the teleportation pad light up in front of you, and eventually as the shimmering wave and of arcane energy dissipates, you see standing there Sinar, Baz, and Ross.
Evening.
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 Morning.
Heard you guys had a little... When the fuck did you get a wolf?
I've been a
it's,
wolf.
That's Monica.
I'm a darker
Yeah,
wolf.
it's it's
No.
Monica.
That's Ross's reaction because he's not seen you in this shape.
Oh,
Yeah, it's Monica, the druid that was with our group.
and I
The-
just kind of put my paw up on my head.
All right. I need you all to follow me for a moment. And you see Ross kind of like take you away from the teleportation pad and to a little bit more of a quieter portion of the street, under a shop sign that says Filigree Oddities.
We're about to be robbed again.
No.
So we get mugged again.
No.
You got
Like,
you're
again.
robbed
I
us.
already
Fighting
know.
this time.
I already know that you're all fucking broke. I'm not about to rob you. So, this sounds like a smaller group known as the Glint Locks. They're small. They're a few misdemeanors, the occasional mugging. This isn't really normally something huge because nobody here is really in dire need. Loaded, yes. No one here is really loaded. So yes, they get a few casts now and again. This is going to be a pretty big score for them. We're going to have to move quickly.
They'll get a few hands if we don't get there fast enough.
I'm
Now,
gonna take a few hands if we don't get there.
be mindful.
Someone,
This tends to be a group of kids and teens.
someone go need a prosthetic after this mission.
Uh huh.
Me.
No, the kids.
So,
No, I was a teenager once.
yeah, how
What,
long ago, old man?
5,000 years ago?
How long ago?
How long ago,
I
old
don't
man?
know. I don't know what teenage is for an elf.
Well, elves reach adulthood at 120.
Okay, so what we saying teenager is then, like 80?
Yeah, it's 60 or 80.
Okay, like almost. Oh,
Like 300
Yeah.
odd years ago.
yeah, probably a good 3,500 actually. Well, 3,500 would make me 150 at that age, more or less. So
Why do you
even
have to
more
be
than
old as
that.
dirt?
Like I'm older than towns. I've seen some things.
Older than Runda.
And you know
I'm,
what?
I'm just sitting there waiting
When
for everyone
I
to decide
was
so
a
I can track.
teenager, we didn't go robbing. We didn't go stealing. We didn't have
You're
chemical
also a
weapons to
noble,
throw at
Ty.
people. Completely irrelevant.
No, it's not. I was also a teenager, and I definitely did those things.
I was adopted, so I can't even. I'm not even gonna put my hat in this
Look,
one.
I'm not here right now to learn about all your life stories. Do you want to get your shit back or not?
Yeah.
I want to go
Yeah,
home
kinda.
to my warm house, my hot wife, and my delicious meal, okay?
Damn. Okay.
Is your
Oh,
house
no!
warm because is your house warm because it's heated or because of Devcast's ambient temperature?
Yes.
Or because of your
Okay.
hot wife.
That too.
Also, yes.
All right.
Anything.
So
I apologize for interrupting you.
You guys
I
Right.
hit Ty
interrupted
with my
delicious
tail.
pot roast and mashed potatoes with gravy. Guys, I want to get back to
So-
that. Let's go.
yeah. Okay.
Let's go.
Yeah.
All right. On the walk then. So have you caught them before?
We've caught them now and again. They get the smack on the wrist. They return the cast that they stole. And we tell them not to, but unfortunately they're too young to be thrown in jail.
Huh.
They're too
Interesting.
young
A
to be
watery
thrown
jail.
in the air.
What about the ocean?
There's no ocean around here.
I'll
I can
find
make one, create
Wow.
water.
All right. So protocol is then. How do you usually deal with this in Devcast?
Protocol is we bring them into the station, we clear out whatever boxes they had in their little makeshift hideout, we return what we find, give them a smack on the wrist, and send them home.
Give them a smack on the wrist.
I remember when I got a
How do
smack
you
on the
do it in
wrist.
archaic Emerilla? Do you cut off their hands?
More or less.
Yes.
You guys call us savages. Jesus. Alright,
I
sorry,
never
not
said
Jesus,
savages.
but
I just kind of cock my head and I don't know about cutting people's hands off.
Yeah. Not many people get caught for theft in Emerilla, and at least not twice.
I wasn't good enough. I was too good to get caught. I mean,
Yeah. Huh.
I nod my head at Baz.
Maybe.
I say as
Maybe,
Ty thinks
yeah.
about the time that he caught me.
yeah. Yeah. That did happen. Maybe this smack on the wrist discipline doesn't work. Now, I'm not saying I'm going to cut off a children's hands in your
Oh.
city because it's not my jurisdiction, but it
You can
clearly
scare 'em a
doesn't
little.
work.
Diplomatic immunity.
alright. As Ross takes you back to the teleportation pad, you see him pay for all of you. And he requests to go to the industrial district.
I'll lean over to Ty and say, "We have to pay him back later."
And we
Wait,
will.
did you guys use up 10 gold?
No, here's your 8 gold back. Don't tell him.
1 second, I have to plug in my headset.
And we will pay him back. Assuming.
How much time has gone by between I changed in this?
With everything going on, you guys are probably... Oh, since Wild Shape?
Yeah.
It's probably been about an hour, so we're getting on 7 p.m. for you guys?
Bet I got 3 hours left.
Okay. So yeah, he requests, pardon me, the industrial district. You guys get on the teleportation pad, go through, and eventually arrive in... This almost doesn't look like a city here. You guys see large spires of metal and rust. You guys see no houses, no homes, very little people. You imagine that this is probably, Sonar would probably know a little bit more. This is definitely something that's a little more busy during the day. But right now, it's almost eerily quiet. It's almost like walking into a forest comprised of metal.
It's a little unsettling. Alright. How much further?
All right, Monica, roll me another perception.
Dun 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 20.
Yeah, all right. Immediately, Monica, as the wolf, puts her nose back to the ground and she starts picking up the scent again, smelling her coin purse, her bag of holding, and the wolf immediately darts off. And you guys are following?
Yep.
Okay. Going down the quieter streets, seeing the occasional person wearing a trades uniform, wearing tools on their hip, heading tiredly to the teleportation pad. Monica eventually dips into an alleyway. Your nose brings you to the far back stretch of an alleyway and around a corner, and you see almost like a hole carved into the side of the mountain at the base of Devcast here, obscured, if only, by wooden crates and the side of a large wooden box.
Okay. Or I'll crouch down next to Wolf Monica.
I
this
cartoon
it?
point in there.
Are you sure?
I
A little howl.
Does it look like there would be any other way in except through here? Like, is it just dug flat into the side of a mountain, or is it like some sort of like house-ish structure sticking out the top of it, or?
No, you guys are kind of like behind a house, or not a house, but behind a building at the moment. Feel free to roll me an investigation check if you're trying to find another entrance.
Well, I'm just kind of okay. I suppose I'll be more clear. I guess. What I want to know is this like a I guess like a spider burrow, something that's just dug into the mountain and a whatever inside, like a whatever type cave thing inside.
Sorry, are you just trying to determine that this is just basically like a cave?
One-way cave.
A one-way
Yeah,
cave?
is it? I know they're in there because Monica said that. It's not like a house that we're.
Yeah,
that
it's
we've
not. It's
come
not a
to.
house. You guys are going into essentially a cave.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Good enough.
I walk forward.
Wait.
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 We're waiting.
Don't. Wait. Don't
Nope.
go in. Okay.
Were we waiting on anything in particular, Ty?
Only because I had an idea, but she's already slithered in as a wolf, so that's fine.
Oh, okay, yeah. So, Monica, essentially, you nose your way past the barrels and boxes, and with your wolf paws, push away the wooden boards that are obscuring the cave entrance, and you dip on in.
I'm gonna put my disguise on, my hat, and I'm gonna go in as an old man,
Okay.
as a feeble old man.
All right. Anyone else following in?
I'm gonna ask Ross. Do you usually go in, or do you just catch them when they come out? Because I'm pretty sure with a wolf going in there, they're gonna be coming out pretty soon.
This location is a little new for them. I think after we've busted them in their little clubhouses, I think they're trying new methods.
Oh, they're gonna be dipping out soon. Trust me.
Okay.
I have an idea.
I'm entering into the hole.
Okay. It's a little difficult for you, Sinarda, to enter in, but you manage.
I'm going to.
Is anybody not coming? I was
I
going to
will
wait
shrink if
outside.
I have to.
I was
Do I
going to
have-
wait outside.
Do I have
I
to
thought
keep
that seemed
rolling like perception
lose-
checks
I
to get
lose a
an
foot.
ideal?
Well, I'm thinking it is around the time we normally end anyway. so I think this might be a to be continued.
I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure. Okay. All right.
Okay, fine.
It's fine. It's fine. It's not like my magic items are in there.
I'm just saying, a wolf, a dragon, and a man who can change
old
from a
man.
feeble
And
old
an
man
old
to a
man.
Hulk, to an
Oh
incredible
yeah,
Hulk.
a wolf. Yeah, that's what's gonna be in there when I find them. Yeah,
God's Karinga.
totally not gonna transform into a brown fucking bear and scare the living shit out.
I have a plan of getting our stuff back.
All right.
I'm assuming children don't have uh high stats, so I have a spell that might come.
Alrighty. I'm gonna
So
do the...
join us in the next episode where we kill some children. Apparently.
No!
Yeah.
Not killing,
Severely
severely
punishing.
maiming.
They're gonna get a wake up of a lifetime.
I'm never gonna steal ever again.
I don't know entirely when our next session is going to be because I have to clear some things not only with my players but with Baz or with Banana specifically. But I will be ensure to update everybody in the Discord once I know. But yes, I want to thank my amazing players for coming back and for continuing to come back for a year now. But we have Baz in the top corner, played by Casually Bananas. We have Sinar, played by Jevel or Pyromaniac 101. We have Tyrandel, played by Invincibubble without the E. We have Monica, played by Karinga12. And we have Walter, played by Dividable Amma 0619. And punishment. They stole my... Oh my god, Karinga. But yes, feel free to stay on the Discord, guys, if you want to do some post-game talk. But I'm going to deafen for now.
Okay.
Bye.
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 It has been a while since I've done a D&D stream, so it feels weird doing a sign off. But thank you guys again so much for hanging out with us today. It's so good to be back. We had to take a month break, unfortunately, because unfortunately I was not able to make it to last session, and where our sessions are every 2 weeks, so on and so forth. But if you folks want to keep up on when the next episode is going to be, we're going to have a little bit of a change of schedule, so feel free to join the Discord and you'll be notified via the Discord how this is going to be scheduled once I confirm things with Bananas. This is so fun. I felt very clunky. It's been a while since I've DM'd. I've definitely felt very clunky trying to get back into the DM seat, and also still like recovering and things like that. I'm feeling a lot better, but I'm definitely not feeling 100% yet. But yeah, if you guys want to catch up with previous VODs, feel free to check out the YouTube channel. All the VODs get posted there on the weeks that this game are not running, so every 2 weeks on a Wednesday is when these episodes get uploaded, so feel free to catch up on the VODs if you want to get to know our players and our characters a little bit more and the story thus far. I want to thank some folks who made today a little extra special. I had Manny, who followed when I was offline, and Flame King, who also followed when I was offline, but I want to make sure they still get the recognition. Ray came in immediately and re-upped his sub today. We had Jahan May, who also followed, and we also had Pikachu, who came in with a raid. Aw, thank you so much, Marky. But yes, thank you guys again so much for hanging out, for supporting us, for being fantastic. And I guess this is the part that I enjoy the best. No, that's not the way I say it. My favorite part of the day. There we go. Where we get to bring this little community to somebody else. Who's live? What do we have going on? If you guys really enjoy D&D content and really enjoy role-playing and really enjoy voices, I think this would be a great opportunity to raid a friend of mine who is a player in a campaign that I participate in Friday evenings. This is Sir Teddy Bear Jones, who's a fellow VTuber and just a fantastic and all-around entertaining character. So if you guys have access to my emotes, please, please, please copy that very first raid message there. If not, fret not, copy that very second raid message there, and we can still show Jones the love and support of the adventuring party. Thank you guys again so much for everything today. Have a good one. I can't wait to see you all again on Monday. And until then, stay awesome, stay safe, and I guess this is, bye-bye.